Escaping disorder, asylum is what they seek. Yet this economy's weak. Like John Gotti said, the money's out in the street. You need the heart of Balboa, the eye of the tiger.
Hey yo, make sure you check that Rare Air Chief Cherokee featuring Brav the God on Spotify.
Coming up, right? You know, I was in the streets, of course. You know, I was getting money. I was in the streets. I was selling drugs, doing all that. You know what I'm saying? That was, you know, that's how I was making money. So with selling drugs, you know, comes beef. Now I'm gonna give you a good story. Actually, I don't think I ever told this story.
Hey yo, LAZ, I done told y'all before, they calling this book the Hood Game of Thrones, you heard? It's called The Blood Sagas by Avery Brown. Shout out to the bro, Brooklyn in the building. The bro got major people reading this book and major things about to take place with this book. Make sure you on the right side of history, you heard?
Hey yo, LAZ, shout out to the bro Latin Pain, you heard? We putting out movies. That's a whole fact. If you ain't see that first installment, it's called I Became Latin King on Rikers Island. Make sure you go check that. You heard? This is the part 2. And it's a whole movie. So if you ain't subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that bell so you don't miss that part 3. And that's a whole fact. Z-Man, Suicide Polo with the Ski Man. Get at me.
You know what I'm saying? One thing led to another. The kid Frank White snuffs the nigga. Boom! Rocks this nigga whole shit. He turned over, like he rolled on the floor, get back up, walk into a ground floor apartment. Came back outside with the shotgun. I'm talking him out of it. You know, I'm Latin King now and shit. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of things, you know what's happening? I'm trying to talk him out of it. Like, yo, it's kids out here, fam. Don't do that. I got my hand on the brother's chest trying to talk him out of it. You heard? While he cocked back. Everybody running there. Boom. Boom. He let 2 off. Everybody spread out. You heard? Niggas is moving.
Yeah, we rolling.
So remember last time I told you how I did that bid, I turned Latin King. You know what I'm saying, and everything that happened during that first, you know what I'm saying, ride on the island. My mom's, March 2nd of 99, my mom's picked me up from the island, they let me go home. You feel me? And when I tell you it got crazier for me, like my life got crazier, you know what I'm saying, in a weird ass way. And a lot of fun shit too, but in a lot of wild shit too. So when I got home, you know, the first thing that happened, or that I noticed that happened, when I first got home, is my baby mom, she stepped out on me. You heard? That was like my first experience with that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like feeling stupid, feeling a little heartbroken and all that. Because, you know, it's my baby mom, you feel me? She was visiting me and all that, but I didn't know she had another dude while I was doing a little bullet on the island. You know what I'm saying? So that was the first thing that happened, that when I had came home, it led me back to the streets because I was supposed to be staying with them. But I got emotional and I wound up assaulting this kid named Steve. I found out who he was. I was only home for a couple of weeks. You heard? The first couple of weeks was cool, but when I found that shit out, I stalked the nigga, bro. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? I'm 19 years old, wild, emotional. You heard? I found out with some nigga that worked for the housing authority. I stalked the whole building. You know what I'm saying? Till I found the nigga and I assaulted him. So that led me to, they had put like a little, you know, they called the police on me, whatever. I'm only home a little while. I'm only home a couple of weeks. Pardon me. And I had to dig. So I wound up breaking up with Shorty, not because I wanted to, but because I couldn't go back to my projects. You know what I'm saying? That's how I felt. I stood low for a couple of weeks, but nothing ever came out of that. I never got arrested. Anyway, long story short, you know what I'm saying, I start frequenting the concourse more.
But what you mean you assaulted him? You just pounded him out?
Well, I tried to assault the nigga the first time, but he walked away with this kid named Mel, right? When I found out who he was, I ran up on him with another housing worker, and he was like, yo, shorty, we ain't got no problem, I don't want no problem. And he tried to walk away. I had my bike. So when he walked away, he walked down into the projects. I'm standing there like, man, as a matter of fact, I asked Big Ock if he had a burner. I lost my mind, son, over some pussy, my nigga, like on some real shit, bro. The first time I ever felt like that. But he was like, yo, you just came home, son. Just go beat the nigga up. So I rode on my bike in front of them, dropped the bike, and I pounded dude out. You know what I'm saying? I'd assaulted him. Like, I ain't give him a chance. You know how you give a nigga a fair one, you square up? Nah, I didn't do that. I dropped my bike and just started beating the shit out the nigga. You know what I'm saying? I spit in his face, all types of shit. People pulled me off of him. You heard? That's when I saw the police. You remember when the police used to have those little, I don't know what to call them. They had like the one wheel in the front, the two wheels in the back. It was like a little box thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, them little scooters.
Yeah, but it was like you sit inside of that shit.
Yeah, it had like a little pickup, like a little small pickup truck.
Yeah, that shit started coming around the corner. Cause I heard somebody say, call the police while I was beating them up. And then next thing you know, I seen that shit. I had my bike. I rode around the flagpole shit up the hill. If you ever been to Parkside? On the top of the hill, they call it flagpole because it got that American flag shit on the top. And on the other side of it, it got these steps that lead to Bronx Park. I boogied on them niggas down the steps and all that. He can't drive down those steps, you know what I'm saying? So when I made it to Bronx Park East, I flew to the concourse to my mom's crib, you heard? Met a shorty and all that named Sharima, shout out to her and all that. And I just started my life all over again right there. You know what I'm saying? So when that happened, now I'm fucking with Sharima that I met on my way to my mom's crib, and I was wilding. And next thing you know, I met this kid named Frank White. Now, shout out to Frank White too, God bless him, but son was wild. Son was super wild from 170 in the concourse. Son was super wild back in the days, you know what I'm saying? He ain't really had no family like that. He was always in the streets. You know what I mean? Me and this nigga linked up, but I was broke, and we started, doing whatever we had to do to get some bread. Sometimes we push a little bud. Sometimes we just dig a nigga pocket. You know what I'm saying? I was doing everything with this kid. I'm not even home a whole month or two yet when shit started getting serious between me and fam. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was doing everything. I can't call it. You know what I'm saying? It started off with like smoking a blunt, drinking a 40. Next thing you know, there's a bloody situation. Son was mad gully, and he was always about that action. You heard? It came to a point though where I started getting uncomfortable hanging out with the nigga because I felt like, damn man, we about to catch a body or something bad gonna really happen. You know what I'm saying? The first bad thing that happened was when October came around, like one of the worst things that happened. October came around, and this nigga, you know how you do in the Bronx, right? We do the egg wars. You remember the egg wars?
What you mean, on Halloween?
Yeah, Halloween.
Yeah, no doubt.
So Halloween came around, we was doing the egg war thing. So we got to 203rd in the concourse, and the Puerto Rican kids that was out there, we asked them first though, like we ain't just want to bomb them, right?
What year you talking about though? What year you talking about?
I'm talking about 99 October. You heard?
Okay.
I'm home for a little while. 99 October comes. I'm wilding though. I mean, there's mad shit that happened. I'm even skipping shit. But this was one of the crazier parts I want to get to because I want to take you to the island with me. So when I get to the October Halloween of 99, we pulled up on these kids on the concourse. And these niggas was like, nah, we don't play that egg shit. Don't do that over here. This, that, and the third. Y'all niggas find another block to play like that. We like 20 deep, yo. We got the whole block. We was representing, you know what I'm saying, Mashula, 205th, all them kids from up there. And we bringing these niggas over here. And the kid, he was a Latin King brother named Anna. Salute to him. But he said, yo, he not playing with the egg shit. So we ain't really pay attention to him, right? I'm telling Frank White, like, yeah, fuck it, don't, let's leave these niggas alone. You know what I'm saying? Somebody throws a bottle from their building, smash, it don't hit nobody. But that shit irked Frank White. He like, oh, y'all niggas throwing bottles? We was just fucking with the eggs. The kid Anna had nothing to do with that. It was somebody on the roof of the building. When Frank White tried to run up in the building, he gonna run to the roof. I don't know what he thinking. The kid Anna tried to get in his way. Like, nah, don't come in my building, this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? One thing led to another. The kid Frank White snuffs the nigga. Boom! Rocks this nigga whole shit. He turned over, like he rolled on the floor, get back up, walk into a ground floor apartment. You know, came back outside with the shotgun. I'm talking him out of it. You know, I'm Latin King now and shit. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of things, you know what's happening. I'm trying to talk him out of it. Like, yo, it's kids out here, fam. Don't do that. I got my hand on the brother's chest trying to talk him out of it. You heard? While he cocked back. Everybody running there. Boom. Boom. He let 2 off. Everybody spread out. You heard? Niggas is moving. I'm standing right there trying to talk him out of it like, yo, chill, fam, you gonna hurt somebody. You gonna kill a kid. Because it was kids, all types of shit outside. You know what I'm saying? We get away, though. Boom. Everybody got away. These niggas actually went to war with them now off the strength of me that I'm LK. My son Frank White like, yo, Pain. You know what I'm saying? Just stay out of this, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's a war. I'm like, man, son, so that put me in a bad position. Because you put me in a rock and a hard place. I'm Latin King, but I really rock with y'all niggas. So now I'm in a rock and a hard place. I don't know those Latin King niggas. But, you know, you could get me hurt, son. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, now these niggas, you know what I'm saying, my sons and them, I ain't gonna say everybody name, you know what I'm saying, but my son Frankie and the whole squad from the block we was representing, you heard, they going to war with Latin King niggas right on the concourse, son. I'm talking about these niggas that had shootouts with these niggas, you know what I'm saying, I'm hearing all of this shit. They told me, yo, stay clean, so I stood away from that part. You heard, then one day, this nigga said, yo, I never knocked out a Mexican before. We outside drinking a brew, and this nigga say that shit. I look over, and there's like a housewarming party, you heard? With mad Mexican dudes. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what apartment they lived on, but they all in that little courtyard in the building next to my mom's building, you heard? I said, nah, don't do that. Remember, I told you my son was a wild boy. He just liked it action. So when he said that, I looked over, so what he was talking about, I said, nah, don't do that. He walked up to him. He like, yo, fam, he asked one of them, he like, yo, you know the time? When the nigga looked at his watch, this nigga crunched the nigga face. Bam. You know what I'm saying? That shit started another war, another riot. I was involved in that one. I'm not going to say too much about it. But long story short, things like this kept happening till I almost caught a body. You feel me? Just hanging out with these niggas. I can't tell you too much about that neither, but man, shit started happening. You heard? I said to myself one day, I gotta stop hanging out with these niggas. You feel me? I ain't even home a year yet, and I'm on the verge of never going home again. That's how it felt for me. And I ain't no killer, but if I'm with you and it pop off, I'ma pop with you. You know what I'm saying? Even if I agree with what you did or not, I'ma do that, and then I'ma handle, you know, the argument or how I feel with you after the whole situation's over. But I started to, and we would do things like that, but I started to say to myself, it's gonna come to a point where I'm not gonna be able to check a nigga. You know what I'm saying? These niggas is dangerous, these niggas love the blood, and they're not gonna listen to me. You about to be my enemy if I don't stop hanging out with you. So I bounced, my nigga. Mad people was mad at me. You know, my moms don't want me around because all the shit that's happening on the block. My step-pops ain't want me around because all the shit was happening on the block. You know what I'm saying? I burn mad bridges, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting coked up at these parties. I'm having fun. I burned a lot of bridges in the Bronx. I wound up in the Covenant House in Manhattan. I don't know if you ever heard of that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I wound up going checking into the Covenant House. This way the shit get ill for me. I thought it was over. I was
Which
like,
one you talking about? The joint that's like by 14th Street or West 4th?
Nah, 42nd Street, like 9th Avenue, 10th Avenue by the pier shit. Down in Midtown. When I get to the Covenant House, I met this kid from Queens named Mighty. Shout out to him, but you know, he did some sucker shit later. But when I get down there, I don't know nobody, but I'm meeting kids. You know, the Covenant House got kids from everywhere, from Missouri to Brooklyn. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you homeless in the streets of New York and you young, you could go there. You got until you're 21 years old to be there. I'm there for a couple of days when I meet this kid, Mighty. You know what I'm saying? We did a string of robberies together in the Midtown, and then the nigga folded on me on the robbery and ran because the dude fought back and smacked the knife out his hand and kind of gave me the business, you heard? And my man ran on me. Hit on 10th Street.
Not to laugh. Yeah. Nigga said nigga kind of gave me the business.
Yo, that nigga kind of gave me the business, B. I'm not going to lie. The whole setup was I was supposed to talk to the nigga, you know what I'm saying, and start putting a little pressure on the nigga, and if he ain't respected, you supposed to pull a knife out. I'ma throw the nigga in the dope fiend, you heard? So when we talking to the nigga to put, I smoked a blunt with the dude and all. I try to rock him to sleep. You know what I'm saying? I knew he wasn't going to go for it, though. I could feel his energy, so I said, I'm going to put him in a dope fiend. As soon as I put him in a dope fiend, you supposed to pull out the banger and let him know it's real. You heard? But he pulled it out all sloppy. When I grabbed dude in the dope fiend, he pulled it out all sloppy. Dude was flailing his arms and smacked the knife out this nigga hand, son. When the knife hit the floor, this nigga ran on me, son. Little did I know that dude we was robbing was gullied in the motherfucker and started beating the shit out of me, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was big too, but we tried him. I didn't know. I thought he was a regular, older dude. I thought he was a regular 9-to-5er. I thought he was gay and all that. Like, I thought he seemed feminine. So I thought we had a right one. I picked the wrong one, son. When this nigga Mighty dipped off for me, I'm standing there squaring up with a nigga that could actually fight, bro. You hear me? Not only can he fight, he smacked, to get me off him from the dope thing, he smashed me into the building. Bam, hitting my head and my shoulders. I fell. The nigga was crazy. Long story short, I ran too. I had to run off on this nigga like, yo, that nigga wow. You know what I'm saying? He was not respecting the jokes. Not at all. You heard? Whole facts, my nigga. I had it fucked up. So at the time, homie had a girl, the nigga that was supposed to be my man. She was in St. Vincent's Hospital because she had something wrong with her back. I knew that I could find him there because now I want to beat you up because you ran on me. You know what I'm saying? When I go to the hospital to find a nigga, I find his shorty, but he not pulling up. He know I'm gonna find him there. I never sees this nigga again. He went back to Brooklyn or wherever he from, and he ain't come around us no more. So I wound up bagging his shorty. Me and Shorty start doing hospital. We snuck out.
Your phone was breaking up. You said you and Shorty started doing what?
We started doing the most, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Loca. We started doing the most together. This nigga dipped on her and dipped on me. Went back to wherever he was from. You heard, after that night, and I bagged his Shorty. We doing the most in the street together. We both homeless. The Covenant House don't want me back in there because a bunch of shit. I can't remember all of it, but I kept breaking the curfew or whatever. So they was like, yo, you can't stay here no more. Shorty couldn't stay there because she was a bully. You know what I'm saying? We start doing the most together, my nigga. I fell in love with this girl, you heard? And we was homeless, but we was doing the most. One day, though, there was this program called Street Works. Now, I was tired, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my nigga Snacks, too. I used to go to the program with. One day, they gave me $5 and a Metro card. I went to the Bronx. I'm broke as shit. I went to the Bronx with the $5 and the Metro card. I went to Bronx River, and I met this kid. I bought a $5 bag of crack, went back to Manhattan, sold it for 10. Then I went to Harlem, bought 3 for the 10. And I did that a couple of times to the homie. Was like, yo, what you doing, son? Like, you know what I'm saying? You smoke crack with young nigga. I'm like, nah, son, I'm buying the crack from you in Midtown. Anything $5 here is $10 in Midtown. He said, yo, go ahead, do that. I'm gonna give you a deal on an 8-ball. He gave me an 8-ball for 60. Once I got the 8-ball for the 60, we in the money. You know what I'm saying? We started a whole spot in between 9th and 8th Avenue on 40th by the parole building and all that. We was clicking. It started off with just me and Shayla. Next thing you know, it was Rudy, Texas, Omega. We just started building a clique. My nigga, I don't know where all these niggas was coming from, but everybody started fucking with me, you heard? Holding me down. I started with 2 of us, now it's like 10 of us, and we getting money. We went from sleeping on the streets, stinking like shit, to sleeping in hotels, to getting an apartment in East New York. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking everything Southside, I'm loving my life, everything going good. When one day, I came off the E train to go see what's up with everybody. When I get off the train, my shorty's like, yo, Payne, these 2 niggas just try to rob me. I'm like, where they at? She like, yo, they down by the curve. So I ran around the building. Instead of going straight to them, I ran around to sneak up on them. She said Texas and Omega was talking to him. I runs around the building. I got me a little pocket knife. I see my man's talking to these 2 other niggas. I hit them up, lies. You hear me? I hit these niggas up all over their bodies, bro. You know, the first nigga I caught by the collarbone, stabbed him. I tried for the neck. I don't know why I did this. I blacked out. He tried to rob my girl. I caught the first nigga by the collarbone. You heard? The nigga, his man snuffed me. Boom, but my adrenaline pumping so much that I don't really remember how the punch felt. I just know he punched me. I turned around. I hit this nigga up all over his body last. You hear me? Hit him up all over his body. And I dip off. You know what I'm saying? The security from the Cubs saw me and all that, but he never told him. You know what I'm saying? I dip off, I change my clothes, I come back to the scene of the crime. I watched the ambulance put these niggas in the ambulance, bro. You hear me? I changed my do-rag and my hoodie, and I came back and watched the police and the ambulance put these niggas in the fucking ambulance, truck shit, whatever you call it. You heard? The next day, I flashed a pistol at the sanitation. I was bugging. The sanitation department worker was driving past us, whatever. I had beef with the nigga because he used to make mad noise banging all the fucking cans, and we had the ground floor. You heard? So I flashed a gun at the nigga. You know what I'm saying? I got arrested for that, but they never found a pistol. You heard? So I go back to the island on an unrelated charge. On an unrelated charge. You know what I'm saying? They saying I owe box time. They saying I owe them Bing time. They sent me to the Beacon and they said I owe Bing time. So I'm in there for 21 days for a menacing charge. They gave me menacing in the 3rd degree, which is a misdemeanor. You heard? But for those 21 days, I'm having nightmares, bro. I don't want to be a killer. I'm like, damn, I think I caught 2 bodies today. I'm not worried about the case that they caught me for flashing the gun at them. I'm worried about, what if these niggas come and rearrest me for 2 bodies while I'm in here? You know what I'm saying? What if they link all that shit to me? They gonna come in here, rearrest me. I'm in a motherfucking Beacon Bing. I'm shook, lads. I'm shaky. I ain't gonna lie, son. This is when I knew, I ain't a killer. This is when I knew I wasn't a killer, you heard? I'm having nightmares of going to hell. 21 days, I'm waking up in cold sweats. I'm sad. This is the type of shit niggas don't tell niggas that they really feel like this. This is how I really felt. I was shook, bro. Not to do time in prison, but to go to actual hell. Like I said, damn, man, I'm going to hell. You know what I'm saying? Fuck doing prison time. I could probably eat the prison time, but I can't eat hell, my nigga. I ain't built for no hell. You know what I'm saying? So this is what dreams I was having every night. People screaming. I'm seeing the visions of these 2 kids dying. On the 21st day, the judge said I could cop out to menacing in the 3rd, which is a misdemeanor, and I'll get time served. So I took that. You know what I'm saying? Boom. A week later, maybe 2 weeks later, I see the kids that I poked up, but they wanted no smoke. But I thank God, son. I was like, thank you, Lord, Father God. I seen them on the other side of the gate for their building or whatever that building was. I don't know if they lived there or not, but they was together. They saw me and walked back in the building. I saw them, and I thanked God for their life, bro. You heard? I dead ass thank God for their life, my nigga. I was glad they didn't die. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think I could live with myself if I would have killed them. Especially Officer Shorty just told me that they tried to rob her and I ain't even investigated. I never spoke to them. I just ran around the building and poked them up. You know what I'm saying? So, they survived. You know what I mean? Thank you, Lord, Father God. God bless them. I went to the island, too, that summer like 3 different times before I went up north. I went one time for I'm pissing in the train station shit. Then we get throw me. It was a fucking Friday too. Friday comes, I'm pissing in the train station. Got arrested for that. Did the weekend on the island. Came out. You know what I'm saying? Before that time for the menacing charge, I already hit that was the 3rd time I already hit the island that year. November 6th of 2000 comes along. We getting money. It's around the time when they had the Subway Series shit. Right before that day too. I remember taking niggas shopping. Everybody rocking the fucking I told niggas you could either rock the Yankees or you could rock the Mets, but I'ma buy your outfit because we had the Subway Series type of shit I used to like to do for my friends. You know what I'm saying? I love baseball. You feel me? So when they had the Subway Series, I took mad niggas with me. We went to that shit. It's like an armory store where they sell like army jackets and shit like that, but they had the Yankees and the Mets outfits. So I'm buying my friends this type of shit. We was having fun, man. I'm having a year of my life, my nigga. Even though I was getting arrested a lot, I'm having a year of my life. You feel me? I'm having the time of my life. You know what I'm saying? Nothing was really bothering me. Those kids survived, and you would think I learned my lesson. I did learn my lesson because I never used a weapon again a day in my life, my nigga. For the rest of my life, after stabbing those kids up and fucking the way I felt, I just used my hands. If I can't beat you with my hands, I just gotta take the loss. You feel me? I don't want to do that to nobody. You know what I'm saying? Not saying I won't if I gotta survive, but that was a lesson in my life where I was like, I ain't never stabbing a nigga again. And I never did. Lies on my mother. So I can't do it to myself. I don't want to go to hell. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, long story short, November 6th of 2000 comes. We having all this fun. And we was going to go to Allentown, Pennsylvania. Me, my shorty, and my best friend, Ruthie. We was going to go to Allentown, Pennsylvania, because you know whatever's $10 in Manhattan, it's $20 over there. They had the hookup, they had the people to stay with, they already done spoke to them. The shit was hot in Midtown, so they're like, yo, let's go out here. But when I get to the Port Authority, I see my man Supreme. Supreme come up to me, yo, Plain, yo, you got work? I'm like, yo, I'm about to hit Allentown. He like, damn, son, I'm fucked up. I just need to make a couple of dollars. And I mean, eat. My girl's like, yo, fuck that nigga, B. You know what I'm saying? Let's get out of here, son. I'm like, yo, come on, B. Let me get that nigga one pack and then we out. She like, let me keep the pack then. We had enough drugs. At the time, every time I read up, I was doing 50 grams of re-up at this time. You know what I'm saying? Started from $5, now we re-ing up 50 grams every time I cop. She like, fuck that. Let that nigga keep it. I'm like, nah. You know what we used to do? Give a nigga 14 dimes, he keep 40, bring me that $100. I let the nigga go. This nigga sell the shit dumb quick, my nigga. Stupid fast. I'm like, damn, he back already, like, yo, one more pack, thing. I'm like, alright. My girl gonna get mad though, but I give it to him. I give a nigga the second pack. I go smoke a blunt with the nigga snacks. I come back, this nigga done. Dumb quick. 14 times he done with this shit, man, quick. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? We go in the store. Cause I used to change my bills with the Ock that was right there on 40th. But for some reason that day, my dumb ass ain't do that. I just bought a pack of cigarettes and walked out the store with the nigga that just served the police. I didn't know he did that. When I walk out the store, niggas in army jackets and shit ran up on me. I thought they was robbing us. So I started fighting. You know what I'm saying? Threw one nigga over my shoulder. I see another nigga with the badge out. I ran for my life. I ran all the way to 9th, took a left, ran to 38th, took another left. I thought I got away from these niggas, bro. When I'm coming down 38th, going back towards 8th Avenue, nigga came out of a parking lot, a cop in uniform, threw his baton at me. I weaved it, I ran again. Now I'm trying to get to the E train or something. I'm like, I gotta get the fuck out of here, I'm moving. Van drives on the side of me. The van door slides open. Fat dude, like, yo, get on the floor. I'm like, fuck you, I'm running. I see a nigga coming, right? But he walking like a regular civilian. So I'm not thinking about him. I look to the left of me. I'm looking at these niggas like, nah, fuck y'all. And when I look straight forward, black rubber clothesline the shit out me, son. Ooh, crashed right into him. Police. They got me on the floor. They beating me up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? They cuffed me. They take me to Midtown South Precinct. When I get to Midtown South Precinct, the fat dude cursing me out. He like, you stupid kid. What the fuck is wrong with you? You an idiot. I'm like, yo, why you so mad at me? Like, you don't even know me, dog. You know what I'm saying? He like, you missed your fucking calling. I'm like, what's my calling then, sir? He said, you should have ran for the fucking Olympics. Dead ass. I ran so fast, he was mad at me. They was driving as fast as I was running, having a problem with me, son. You know, if that nigga that was on his feet wasn't there, the black cop that clotheslined me, I probably would have made it to that train station and have been gone on them niggas. Because, you know, you run down the steps, come out the other side, you on another block. You know what I'm saying? I probably would have got away. That's what he was saying, too. Like, you could have got away, man. You fast as fuck. I'm like, whatever. When we get to the lawyer, you know how they put you in that little pen shit, and the lawyer come to like this little cage, what I'm saying, in the tombs, I don't know if you ever been there.
Yeah.
But when you get in the tombs, they got like these little cages they used to have, you heard?
Yeah, they sit you on one side and the nigga be behind the gate.
On the other.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I get there, the lawyer's talking to me, whatever. They got my code D too. I didn't know this yet though, you know, because I ran. He wasn't with me when I got to Midtown South. They had him in the building, but they didn't have him with me. So when I get there, he's telling me about my code D, and this, that, and the third. You got, I'm saying, Mr. Dawson, this, that, and the third. And they telling me that I'm not going to get no bail. I said, why can't I get a bail? He said, yo, did you know that you had an open robbery warrant? I didn't know that. You heard? So I did some fucking robbery they claiming. So now my code's there for sale of a controlled substance, and I'm there for acting in concert with sale of controlled substance, which I didn't. I just gave them the packs, but I had to mark money on it. I should have threw the money away, but I didn't think about it until it was too late. And now I'm there for sale of a control, acting in concert with a sale of a controlled substance, which I copped out to sale of a controlled substance in the 4th degree, right? And a robbery warrant, you know what I'm saying? Robbery hold. So somebody said they picked me out of a lineup for a robbery, so they don't give me no bail. Bail's out the window. Fuck that. The judge like, nope, we ain't gonna give him no bail. He got 2 open cases. You know, I've been through that shit before, so I hold it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, whatever. They sent me to the Beacon. You heard? When I get to the Beacon, the first house I get to, my Cody's there. This nigga goes out like a sucker though. You know I'm Latin King. We get to 8 building and everybody blood there. So what the nigga do? He told the police that I was Latin King. They came and packed me up, sent me to 5 building. You heard? I'm like, damn, this nigga went like a sucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck it, I'm Latin King, just hold me down. I guess he didn't want that type of life. He didn't want that. He didn't want to see something happen to me, and then he gotta hold me down. You know what I'm saying? So he went and told the police that I was Latin King. They came to my cell, moved me to 5 building. So I wasn't even there a whole day yet, a whole night. I get to 5 building. When I get to 5 building, you remember how I told you about the blood powwow that I met in the Bronx, that he was in the 4 building?
Yeah.
He was in 5 building in the Beacon. He see me, we smile at each other. I'm like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? This is gonna get interesting. He like, yo, what up, little Mikey? Pull up. So I pulls up with the nigga, whatever. I could tell it's Bloodhouse again. I always roll bad dice on Rikers Island. They always sending me to Bloodhouse. So I go, I pull up. He like, yo, check it out. He start running and dancing. He like, yo, you good here? You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about nothing. You feel me? There's no Latin Kings here though. You know what I'm saying? That's the only problem niggas might have with you, but you good here. You with me. This, that, and the third. He running that house. I says to the nigga, yo, good looking. He tells his peoples to go get me a stack of yellow chairs. They had a whole stack of yellow chairs. They gave it to me. He said, you pull up here. He said, this is what I'm going to tell you, though. If any other Latin Kings come in this house, you got to tell them to pack up. Now, you know we can't do that, lads. You know what I'm saying? I'm the only king in there, so I wasn't going to make a big deal about it because, you know what I'm saying? Why make a big deal? There ain't no Latin Kings here, right? I'm like, all right, whatever, my nigga. I got you. I got slot. He let me get on the phone, whatever. I ain't had like a slot time. I just used the phone off the strength for this nigga. So I'm bidding. I'm cool. You feel me? I'm cool there for like 2 weeks. My nigga, I'm smoking blunts with these niggas. We watching Jerry Springer. You know what I'm saying? We just bidding. We chilling, son. No action was happening. Almost mad bloods there. The kid Spanky, a bunch of niggas. When one day this big, tall, white boy looking kid come in. You know what I'm saying? Type brolic too, but slim. He come in the thing. He go up the stairs. He put his stuff away. He come back downstairs. He's standing on the wall right over left. You know what I'm saying? Back in the days, that was like a little secret code where we used to stand to see if anybody notices, any other Latin Kings notice. Now, Powwow OG, he been bidding his whole life. He know that trick. You know what I'm saying? So he look over at me. And he pointed the kid out with his face, with his nose, like he pointed at him with his hand, like, yo, you see that, right? I'm like, yeah, I see that. He like, yeah, you know what you do, my nigga. I'm like, oh, man, son, here we go, man. I was just chilling with these niggas, you feel me? Now I gotta go tell this nigga to pack up, but you know I can't do that. So I walk up to the brother. I said, yo, I'm gonna get ready. He like, yo, ADR, this, that, and the third. I said, yo, go to your cell, yo, let me talk to you real quick. So we walk to the nigga's cell, we go up the stairs, we go to the nigga's cell. He like, yo, this a blood house, huh? I said, all them niggas downstairs is blood. It's mad at them niggas. You know what I'm saying? Now, I ain't trying to exaggerate, but it had to be at least 10, 15 of them niggas that was blood. Then you had the niggas that's rocking with bloods, you know what I'm saying? And you feel me? You know, they always had their little fan base and shit where nigga not blood, but he rolling with them. If they pop, these neutral niggas gonna pop too. You feel me? So I'm telling the nigga, yo, look, when I first got here, son was cool. He said if any kings come, though, I gotta tell him to back up. The nigga, his name was Stallion, the Latin King kid. He said, you know we not doing that. I said, no, nigga, what you wanna do? He ain't even wanna talk. That nigga opened up his bag or his fucking sheet where he had all his shit tied up in. And he started changing his clothes. Nigga put on some broken sweats and a t-shirt that already had blood in it. I'm saying to myself, damn, wherever he came from, this is what he do. This nigga pops, son. You know what I mean? He ain't even talking to me no more. This nigga ain't even got no ribbon for me no more, my nigga. He get dressed, he changed his clothes real quick, and he just walked out his cell. Nigga, I follows the nigga. Nigga walks downstairs. You know those tables that they got in the Beacon, that they be the same tables from the visit floor. Those plastic shits, sometimes they blue, sometimes they yellow, sometimes they red. You know what I'm saying? I think they got a gray one too. I can't remember all the colors. But he goes downstairs. Everybody watching the Jerry Springer shit or whatever the fuck is on TV. Got their feet on the tables and all that chilling. This nigga snatched the tables from niggas' feet. Throws the table at a crowd of niggas. Them shits is heavy too, them big plastic tables. This nigga dumb strong. He swings it around. Ooh, just start throwing. He throws the table at everybody sitting in front of him and pops on niggas. I jump in the melee too. I took an oath for this shit. We got beat the fuck up, lads. You hear me? He popped on them, but we got washed up. We get super washed up. I'm talking about, I don't know if you noticed this though. It's like every time we winning, the police is right there, nigga, and they stop us. But every time we losing, it feels like the police ain't never coming, son. I'm getting my ass beat like, yo, where the police at now, nigga? I'm over here about to die, nigga. These niggas need to hurry up. I ain't gonna lie, that's how I felt. You heard? I was damn near praying for the police to come, nigga. You heard? But we was getting beat up. But they come, they saved the day. Da-da-da-da-da. They saved the day. They cuffed me. They cuffed that nigga. They even sprayed me. They pepper sprayed me in my mouth, bro. They didn't OD, but that shit was disgusting. You heard? They took us to the wild meat pens. They let me wash my face for like a half hour, my nigga. I'm not fucking gargling water, spitting, coughing. Felt like I was dying off that shit too. When they put me back in the pen, this nigga's gone. I knew that Spanish kid, the tall white boy looking one stallion, for like 15 minutes or something, maybe 10 minutes before we got beat up. Never seen this nigga again. You heard? They sent me to 9 building. When I get to 9 building, Crucial, Black, whatever and they peoples, whatever, another blood house. On the B side was mad Spanish niggas. On the A side was mad blood, or vice versa. I think I was on the B side, but whatever. The side I was on was nothing but bloods in there. A couple of dope fiends, Spanish kids. I ain't gonna lie, you know what I'm saying? A couple of older dudes that was on that diesel. You mean probably like 4 or 5 of them. A couple of neutral dudes. And then a bunch of blood kids. Crucial's there. When I get to the house, he pulled me to the side. The kid Crucial, he like, yo, we heard you just got it on with Bad Wow with the niggas. I'm telling the nigga, listen, fam, shit happens, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to tell you, son. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought they was just going to pop on me and I was going to have to, you know what I mean? I've been through that before, too. But I wasn't even trying to go there with this nigga. You know what I mean? He like, nah, Pow Wow said you good. You know what I'm saying? Just don't act stupid in here. I said, yo, you got it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even on it like that. He like, you good. Just don't act stupid. Next thing you know, I'm cool with Crucial, Black, Knowledge. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with the niggas there. But I'm not cool with the Spanish niggas for some reason. These niggas give me no rhythm. They don't talk to me. They don't even look at me. You heard? They probably thought I was a sellout because I was cool with the brothers. I don't know what it was. But I wasn't looking to be their friend either because I didn't give a fuck about that shit. You know what I'm saying? He was old-timer niggas. I probably had nothing to relate to. You feel me? God bless him, but I ain't stressing. I never really talked to the Spanish kids there. You know what I'm saying? Just doing my bit. This is how it was working out. When one day, this kid from Bushwick, I don't want to say his name, son, because he probably embarrassed about this shit. You heard? But this Spanish Puerto Rican kid from Bushwick coming to the union. I'm like, oh, man. Show the niggas some love, though. Yo, what's good, ADR? Put them to the side, you know what I'm saying? Tell them niggas, yeah, just keep low here, you know what I'm saying? If you gonna pop, let me know, though, son. But, you know what I mean? This nigga wasn't like that. He wasn't really about it. But he was cool, right? Nobody bothered him. One day when I'm going to court in the morning, you know how they used to let us out ourselves before they let everybody else out? They used to let the court niggas out first, right? Like 5-10 minutes before they let the rest of the house out of their cells. They used to let the court niggas out. So they let me out. I'm getting my breakfast and shit. Then they let the other niggas out. I'm eating. This nigga come out. He sit down next to me. We talking. This nigga gets up and changes the TV channel, son. I see him walking to the TV. I know, you know what happens when you touch niggas' TV in there. That's blood TV. You heard? But since nobody up like that, he thought he could get away with it. When Black and his man saw that shit, walked up to the nigga, yo, fam, what you doing? And smacks the shit out this nigga. I'm talking about they smacked flames out this nigga, lads. Bam! I said, oh, shit. I jump up off the table when I run over there like, yo, what's good? And the nigga Black says to me, hey, yo, Pam. Well, they used to call me Pams, but he like, yo, Pams, why you gonna pop for him? He not popping for himself. And I looked to the side of me, and son was in back of me, dog. You hear me? I got my hands up like, oh shit, let's get it. I'm about to get jumped for this nigga. When the nigga Black said some real shit, he said, yo, why you gonna pop for him? And he won't even pop for himself. And I looked, son was in back of me. I'm like, oh shit, that's a fact, you heard? Crucial come out and all that. I'm telling the nigga Black, I'm like, yo, Black. Because they like, yo, on the courts. The police calling on the courts. I'm like, oh shit. I say, yo, Black, don't jump this nigga, B. You know what I'm saying? Let me get back from court. The nigga Black like, yo, how you know you coming back from court? I'm like, nigga, because I'm guilty, Mo. I got 2 open cases. I gotta come back. You know what I'm saying? So I go to court, thinking about that shit all day. When I come back from court, the Spanish kid not there no more. You heard? I'm like, damn, they must have did him dirty, son. And I'm feeling wild uncomfortable because I'm like, damn, he fucked it up for me too. Because they gonna feel like I'm gonna feel a certain way. You know how that go, right? They gonna try to check the temperature like, are you mad? That's what I was thinking in my head. But I called Crucial over, yo, Crucial, what happens? They niggas jump that nigga? He like, nah, yo, when you went to court, that nigga went to the bubble and said he couldn't live. I was like, oh, all right, he did that shit. He checked in. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I stayed there for a little while longer. There's this Puerto Rican nigga named Mike. He told me, he telling everybody he a professional boxer. He worked in the A&B gate doing the breakfasts and the lunches and the dinners. I go in the morning to grab an orange from this chick. They gave, you know how they gave me the fucking fake Farina shit with the fake ass ugly toast with the apple jelly little shit, square shits, and they got an orange. When I tried to get he had the box of oranges on the side. When I reached for an orange, the nigga wouldn't let me get one. He grabbed my hand and like moved my hand out the way. When I had the orange, you know what I'm saying? So I went to reach for another one, like, yo, fam, what you doing? When I reached for the second one, he squeezed my hand, my finger. It's not an orange. I think it's called a tangerine or some soft ass shit. My thumb went in the orange, so I pulled it back and I threw it at him. Cause shit just irked me. He like, yo, play my cell, nigga. We go in the nigga's cell. I'm thinking I could fight, lads. You hear me? We go in the nigga's cell. That boxing shit, he was telling the truth. You heard? We square up. I hook on the nigga. He let me catch him too. I catch the nigga. Bing, bing. He catch me. Boom, boom. I catch him. Bing. He throws a 3-piece of some shit where all I seen was a flash of white. My nigga, I lost my vision off that shit. Like, the nigga really rocked my shit. You heard? I hit the wall. Boom. He let me breathe for a second. When I got my vision back, that nigga was coming. I picked the nigga up. I said, fuck this hand shit. I ain't gonna get nowhere shooting a 5 with this nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's how I felt. We wrestling, son. You heard? And I slammed the nigga. Boom, he hit his head. Big Muslim nigga ran in himself, grabbed me off the nigga. I'm sitting on the fuck. I go to the big Muslim brother. I don't know the nigga name, but he was brolic too. The nigga breaks it up. He sits me in a tent, where everybody's sitting in there. You know what I mean? Whatever you call it. It's not a day room. It's just that space in the beacon. I'm sitting there, son. I got a cookie growing on my cheek. You hear me? Shit just keep growing. You heard? This nigga rock my shit. He got a little shit too. You know what I'm saying? He go in the A and B gate. He talking to the other Spanish niggas that working there. He comes back out and puts some oranges on the table in front of me. You heard? I earned the nigga respect. Even though he rocked my shit and I had to cheat the nigga, I earned the nigga respect. You know what I'm saying? So now the Spanish niggas is like, yeah, papi, cool. I'm young, my nigga. I'm 160 pounds, maybe. I'm young. I'm the youngest nigga in that dorm. You know what I'm saying? I'm 20, 21 years old at the time. I'm in there with these niggas. You know what I'm saying? Indio, same nigga that wanted me to be a land king from the jump. He in the annex gets me pulled over. I see the nigga in the yard, yo, pull me over to the annex, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling all the Latin King niggas that, like, yo, I need to transfer, nigga. That niggas keep letting me live in all these blood houses. They're like, yo, Indio's gonna pull you to the annex. But instead of pulling me to his house, he could only pull me to because my classification was higher than his, I had to go to 13B while he was in 13A. You know what I'm saying? I get to 13B, chilling, minding my business. My nigga Popeye's in there that I knew from Queens. I used to stay in a nigga house when I was homeless here and there. He older than me, but it's my peoples. You feel me? I get to the annex, we chilling, we doing our bid, whatever. One day, the Puerto Rican kids in the annex, the Latin King niggas, they used to chill on behind the steps. All the way in the back, they had their little table. They used to be doing the pull-ups. I don't know, you know how niggas used to be working out behind the steps and shit. You know what I'm saying? Using the steps to do the pull-ups and shit behind it. They used to chill back there. I used to chill with this nigga Papa. I ain't really talk to that many people, but Papa and the Damu nigga named S. You heard? And they S from the Bronx like me. We just related to shit. You feel me? Them Brooklyn Puerto Ricans was different than the Bronx Puerto Ricans. You heard? They had a little more like racial shit about them. You know what I mean? So I ain't really relate to them. Because I wasn't on that type of shit. You feel me? I didn't care about that racial shit. You know what I'm saying? Some of the Brooklyn kids, though, in my experience, and I'm not saying all of them, but I met some that they be on that racial shit. You feel me? So I wasn't fucking with them. And that's who was in that house, a couple of Brooklyn niggas that was Latin King back there. So I ain't talk to them. Not because they was Latin King, not because they was Spanish. Just ain't fucking, I just wasn't vibing with them niggas. I ain't like them. One day this kid come up to me. Well, he didn't come up to me. He walking past us. Me and Papa playing chess. He like, yo, I got a cigarette for a 6 minute. So I look at Pop. I'm like, yo, Pop, you want to smoke? He like, yeah, yo, go get that. It's the day before commissary, maybe 2 days. We ain't got no bogeys. I'm like, yo, Papi, I got you, son. Let's go. Let's smoke. You know what I'm saying? I got the 6 minute. But when I get up to him, he tell me in Spanish, he said, hasta morenos, you fake Puerto Rican. I said, damn, son, he one of those type of niggas. I said, yo, my bad, my nigga. I ain't even know you felt like that. You heard? And I made believe that I was going to walk away, but I just wanted to set my feet in place. You heard? So when I act like I was turning lad to walk away, I grabs the nigga's shirt and hooked the shit out the nigga jaw. Hey, nigga wobble, hit the floor. Boom. He get back up. He threw a wide swing. I'm talking about this nigga has no hand skills. You know what I'm saying? He took a wide swing. This shit came from Michigan, my nigga. You could see the fucking whole swing. So I weave it, get him again. Hey, nigga fall on me. Boom, the lady officer come out the bubble. Yo, bicicleta, what you doing? Da 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 da. Why she calling me? I'm moving. I'm beelining to my cell. I'm gonna take my hoodie off and act like it wasn't me. But she called my last name. She like, yo, come in. The Spanish niggas is talking shit to me too. Latin King niggas, they like, yo, what you doing? Money throw this, that, I think the nigga was on probation to be a king, but he wasn't a king yet or whatever. I don't know. I ain't really talk to them. When I go in front of the CO, she like, yo, listen, I don't want to do no paperwork. Y'all niggas chill with that shit, this, that, and the third. This nigga takes another swing at me, nigga, right in front of her. another swing from South Dakota or some shit. I see the whole shit. I'm like, damn, this nigga cannot punch. I weave that shit too, kick him, punch him in the face. Nigga cheek spit open, lads, on my mother. Nigga cheek go pop like a little potato. And I said, oh shit, that's it for him. He over here doing some funny facial shit, trying to get his face back. When a Latin King nigga named Cobra, like, yo, what the fuck you doing, nigga? And that Bailey's in the bubble, signing the book. He run in, grab me from behind, throw me on the wall. I'm like, damn, son, you feel me? Now I'm hot. So now Bailey got me on the wall. The lady got this nigga, you know what I'm saying? They cuff me. Other police come, they take me to the Y-Me pens. I'm sitting in the Y-Me pens for a little while. They took that nigga to the infirmary to get a stitch. They got me in the Y-Me pens for a little grip. When they bring this nigga in there, niggas is coming home from court and all of that shit too. I remember that. But they put this nigga in the cell right across from me. And Bobby cursing me out. After he got a little stitch on his cheek, he cursing me out. I'm like, man, why you want to curse me out? You can't even fight, bro. Just take that loss, my nigga. Leave me alone. He like, this time, Bailey comes. He tells the nigga, yo, shut the fuck up. That's why you got your ass whipped. This time the third. He like, yo, now I had smoked in my cell or some shit where they wrote me an infraction, but they put it over my head. They ain't even throw me in a box for it. So the nigga Bailey's like, yo, how much time you want in the box? 60 or 90 days? I said, for this racist nigga? He said, oh, he racist? I said, yeah, it's fam racist, man. Fuck that nigga, Bailey. You heard? That's what I said. I don't give a fuck. That's what I did. He said, all right, I'll give you 10 days in the box. Yeah. So I gave me a little 10 days in the box, but I wound up doing 70 because when I got to the box, shit got crazy again for me, son. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how life be happening for me, Pete. So it's true story. So the nigga sent me 10 days in the box, right? On the third day or some shit like that, Officer Santoro and Officer Sanchez come up to my cell, right? They like, cuff up, you going to psychiatrics. I ain't sign up for that shit or none of that, so I don't know why they doing that, you heard? I'm like, whatever. I put my hands through the slot, they cuff me. You know what I'm saying? They shackle my legs, and then they open it up, they put the shackles on my legs, they're taking me to the psychiatric side. You know, to see the psychiatric, I guess they're going to evaluate me or whatever, ask me some questions. So while we walking down the tier, the nigga Sanchez saying shit like, yeah, we knew you was crazy, nigga. You look like one of those crazy dumb niggas. Talking wild shit to me. I'm like, yo, my man, just do your job, B. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't gotta like me, but just take me to the fucking spot and leave me alone. You feel me? They harassing me. When we get to the spot, they sit me on a chair outside this door, so I guess we waiting for somebody to come out. The psych got somebody in the office, so I gotta wait. So Sanchez leaving, Santoro keep talking shit to me, you heard? And I'm shackled, my nigga. I'm cuffed on my legs and I'm cuffed behind my back and to the motherfucking chain shit. So the nigga talking shit to me. I'm like, yo, fam, suck my dick, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Shut the fuck up. He started to get on my nerves, you heard? So he say, son. I said, son, I can't remember. And the nigga went to, the nigga hit me, bro. You heard? I kicks my leg out to stop the nigga, and he falls on top of me. I fall off the chair. This nigga snuffing me, B. Well, I had spit at the nigga, though. The first time he hit me, I spit at the nigga. The nigga rushed me. I kicks my leg out. Boom, we both fall on the floor. This nigga snuffing me in my face. Bing, bing, bing. The lady came out. First time I ever seen her. Psychiatric chick. She like, yo, what the fuck? More police came. They take this nigga off of me. I'm trying to headbutt the nigga. I'm feeling like this is injustice. You know what I'm saying? Like, you called me out there, my nigga. You ain't have to put your hands on me. I'm bugging out. They sent me back to my cell. Bailey gives me 60 days on top of the 10 I already had. You heard? I go to a tier here, and he like, yo, what happened? I'm like, yo, nigga, talk to your officers. They wild disrespectful, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't trying to even do none of that shit, you heard? But I wound up not doing the 70 days because I get sentenced on Valentine's Day. I get sentenced for the drug beef. You heard? They gave me a 2 to 4 for that shit. You know what I'm saying? I've never been up north before. I get sentenced on Valentine's Day. go back to my cell like 2 weeks later. They send me up north. You know what I'm saying? When I get to downstate, I see my son, rest in peace, to Deucey. Now, Deucey killed another friend of mine. We was all friends when we was growing up in the Bronx. These niggas had a beef. These niggas wound up getting into beef later on in life. And my nigga Deucey killed my nigga Gator. You know what I'm saying? And they grew up together. We all grew up together. So I'm asking the nigga, I'm like, when I get to downstairs, I see the nigga. I'm like, yo, why you do that for? So he tell me the whole story. You know what I'm saying? How this nigga came home. He wanted to get some money on the block. You know what I'm saying? Gator had the block. Wouldn't let the nigga get no bread. You know what I'm saying? They got into an argument. The nigga Gator backed out a burner on him, but he didn't shoot him. He said, he told the nigga, you should have shot me, nigga, because I'm coming right back. He went, got his own burner, came back, blew my nigga Gator head off. You know what I'm saying? You know that saying? They say, yo, if you want to pull out, you better shoot me, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Don't pull out and don't shoot. That's how he felt. Like the nigga should have never. Anyway, long story short, I see Deucey there. They saying that they could offer me the shop program because this is my first time up north and I'm sentenced on a drug beef. However, I still got an open case because dude said that I robbed him. You know what I'm saying? So I went up north on one case, but I had to go back in July for court. Because my shit was pushed back to July because the nigga wasn't coming to court. The nigga that accused me of robbing him, they couldn't get the nigga to come to court. So my lawyer's saying they gonna wind up dropping that because anybody can make a statement. You have to show up to court. You know what I'm saying? And the nigga wouldn't show up to court. So I wound up, July came, they let that shit go, they threw that shit away. But when I first get to downstate, I see Deucey, I see my nigga Los. Yo, you remember there was a case where this nigga named Tree from Brooklyn stole his mom's car. He was bugging out. The moms had some police friends. She tried to ask him to talk to her son. And when they went to go talk to her son, this nigga killed the police. He was with me, my nigga Tree. That shit was all over the news. But anyway, he got life for that shit. They broke the nigga legs up and all that on the island. The police was fucking that nigga up everywhere he went to. But anyway, they sent me to the shock program. You know? When I get to the shock program, yo, I don't know if you ever felt like this, Last, and I hope I don't sound retarded, but I don't care. It's the truth. While I was doing the shock program, Rob, I ain't had a plan for my life, bro. You heard? And they kept talking about all this plan for your life shit and positivity and see the situation clearly and know exactly what you want. I ain't know what I wanted. You know, I wanted to not be on drugs like that. I wanted to not be homeless all the time. I wanted to not have to do this shit. That's what I wanted. You know what I mean? I ain't really know. I ain't had a plan though. So I'm doing a couple of months in the shock program. One day, I got nervous, son. I said, damn, I was good at that shit. Man, healthy. You know what I'm saying? All them exercise shit. I love that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yo, I'm about to really pass this program, go home and do what, my nigga? That's what I was thinking. I said, I'm going to go home and do what? I'm going to come back up here with a body. I'm going to come back up here with a new one, with some crazy shit. You heard? And I didn't want to do it. I'm like, damn, son, I'm a fucking loser. I'm going to go home and do what? So I had decided I got to get out this program, son. I'd rather do the whole 2 to 4 than do 11 months. Because if I would have successfully completed the program, then I would have only did 11 months on that bed. I didn't think I learned my lesson. I was just being honest with myself. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know if other niggas felt like that before. You know what I'm saying? Y'all could let me know, but I felt like I was going to go home and just do nothing but come back. You know what I'm saying? So I looked for an opportunity to get out of there, man. I gotta apologize too, man, to Thomas Shaw. You know what I'm saying? The kid killer from Queens. You know what I'm saying? If you ever hear this shit, son, that shit was my fault, my nigga. I played myself. You know what I'm saying? Like a couple of days passed, and in the shock program, they make you shave every morning. You heard? Every morning. I hated that part. Well, the nigga, the kid shaving next to me, looked over and said something to son. I don't know if he was joking or not, but in my head, I said, oh, this is my opportunity to get out of here. Because if you fight, you get kicked out the program. That's one of the stipulations. So when he said whatever he said, I popped on the nigga. You heard? I ain't do it because I was necessarily mad or whatever he said. I did it because I wanted to get out the program, you heard? And it's saying it was some sucker shit because not only did I get kicked out the program, some fought me back. So we both got kicked out the program, you heard? This nigga was on the bus like, yo, tell them niggas what's up, man. Come on, you ain't had to do all that, man. I'm trying to get back home to my wife and kids, this, that, and the third. I'm like, my bad, son. I don't know what to tell you. You heard, but I don't want to be there no more. He like, yo, tell him that shit, dog. Tell him it's your fault. But it was too late for that. We was already on the bus moving to Washington. You feel me? So when we get to Washington, they put us both in H block. My nigga, this nigga never popped on me. You should have popped on me, fam, because I would have popped on me for that shit. You heard? I would have popped on me for getting kicked out the program. Like, he ain't never popped on me. I guess he just said, this kid weird. Maybe he thought I was weird or something. I don't know what he thought. You heard? But he never popped on me. We both got to Washington. And then the nigga went home. You heard? Like, something happened for the nigga where he went and saw the board and he told the story, and I don't know. I never seen a nigga again. But I'm in Washington and I'm loving that shit. I ain't gonna lie, yo. I don't know. You know, they say it takes, 8 months to a year to get institutionalized? I'm gonna tell you something, lads, and maybe I don't know if anybody ever felt like this before either, but when you grow up homeless and shit a lot, you know what I'm saying, and you do drugs sometimes trying to figure yourself out, you know what I'm saying, I felt like this experience was saving me, fam. You heard? I wasn't bothered by being incarcerated no more by this time. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing, but at that time of my life, I wasn't bothered by being in jail. I was more worried about going home and not knowing what to do, you heard, than actually being here at this time. So Washington was fun for me. You know what I'm saying? Everybody loved me there too. Like, I was the funniest nigga on the block. Then I went to the box though from H block because they gave me a work detail. And when the nigga was like, yo, they gave me a job. I did the job for a couple times, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't here to work, right? So one day after the towers shit, because it was 01, I was there when the towers hit. I saw that show on the TV in Washington. I thought it was a movie, but come to find out a lot of people really died. You feel me? But one day after that shit, police is like, yo, V on a work detail. I said, your mother do the work detail, nigga. He said, yo, if you don't do the work detail, you going to the box. I said, I still gonna go home by 2004? The nigga said, yeah. I said, take me to the fucking box. Suck my dick. You heard? I ain't working for y'all niggas. So they threw me in the box, you heard? They gave me like 10 days in that shit. When I came out the box, they put me in general population. You heard? Instead of that honor shit, they threw that shit was out the window. You know what I'm saying? They put me in the main side of the jail. You heard? I get to the main. The next day, this Puerto Rican kid, long hair, looked like Jesus. Looked like Jesus do mad push-ups. You heard? Skinny nigga, boy. He came out the box. And they put him in the cube right next to mine. This nigga got the face though. You hear me, lad? This nigga got the face, like he got the killer face, like he got the grill and all that. I'm like, yo, who's the little Puerto Rican nigga? I said to myself, damn, I'm gonna have to pop on this kid. I felt his energy. I said, this nigga dangerous, bro. Why they gotta put that nigga next to me? That was my first initial thoughts about this nigga. You heard? Like, I'm gonna have beef with this nigga, something, because we both keep locked. So when everybody else go to Chad and go to y'all, I'm still looking at this nigga with the fucking face. You know what I'm saying? One day though, I say something. After like 2-3 days, I say something to the nigga, because he was listening to Tupac or something on his headphones, and I just finished reading this book that was called Blood Work, about this undercover cop who became a cop to find out who killed his father, who was a cop. And he found out that the people that killed his pops was cops. It was a crazy story. You heard? I just finished reading that book, put it on my locker. He sees the shit. He like, yo, what you reading? I'm like, what you listening to? I trade the nigga. I get a nigga the book for the beats. We ain't got nowhere to go. You know what I'm saying? So we traded the book for the beats. We became close, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to the nigga too, man. His name's Stony the Brainiac. You feel me? From the Bronx. You heard? Love this nigga. You feel me? He blood. He was Stone. I'm Latin King. Yo, I'll be honest with you. All that Latin King blood shit when me and this nigga started rocking together, we forgot about that shit. Sorry, Latin Kings. but I met my little brother in jail type shit, you feel me? So we wasn't worried about that shit when we was together. King niggas used to ask me too, like, yo, why you fuck with that nigga? You know he blood. I used to be like, yo, mind your business, B. You know what I'm saying? That's my man, son. I don't know about all that Land King shit no more. Like, I started to not even feel it like I used to. You heard? When I met this nigga, and he wasn't feeling that. We was just who we really was. Like, I don't care about y'all niggas is 50, 60 deep. I feel like if you need 50, 60 niggas to be a real nigga, then you're not a real nigga to me. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I felt. So I started chilling with the nigga all through Washington till he popped on the deck. He went to the box. A month later, I'm with this Latin King nigga named June that keep juggling packs from the brothers and he don't pay them back. He a big fat Puerto Rican nigga. He was on his bully shit. Like he had good game and shit. He'll get you comfortable, talk you into juggling him something, then don't pay you and tell you to suck his dick. You heard? He was on some weird shit with that shit. So I had paid a debt. This nigga made me fight AB from Buffalo. You heard? Because AB and them niggas, Washington had a lot of Crips back then. You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas from Rochester, you know what I'm saying, Buffalo, the upstate niggas that was Crip. So they was gonna put it on, son. I tried to talk to AB, talk him out of it. I like the AB. You know what I'm saying? He said, shoot the five, son. I said, yo, let's go to the bathroom then. Boom, we shot the five in the bathroom. The nigga slipped, so I caught the best in. But I couldn't hit him no more because I knew he slipped. That wasn't fair. You know what I'm saying? But, I was getting into stupid shit for the kid June when one day I look over and a bunch of brothers is surrounding this nigga. You heard? I don't know what he did to them. He probably did the same stupid talking niggas out there shit he keep doing. Niggas got tired of him. So, I took an oath to that shit. I wasn't going to just let the nigga get jumped. So I jump into the shit. We both get kicked out to jail. But they try to do me dirty, yo. Fuck New York State Department of Corrections. Because when I go to the Washington box, they playing with my food, son. You heard? They giving me the smallest portions they could give me in the box. I'm kicking the cell gate. I'm bugging. I'm cursing them out. You know what I'm saying? They playing with my food. Then they send me the Comstock, keep block until I got my ticket. You heard? Then they send me the green S block. I liked the green S block at first. You heard? Even though I don't know if you ever been to an S block, whatever the weather is outside is double that in your cell. You heard? So if it's 90 degrees outside, it's 180 in the cell. If it's freezing outside, it's dumb cold in the cell. It's like whatever the weather is outside, that shit double in themselves. But when I first get to Green S block, my first bunkie was the funniest nigga in New York. This nigga can make you laugh about everything. His name was Fronts. The funny shit about his name was that he had no front teeth, but they called him Fronts. You heard? Funny nigga. Hilarious nigga from Queens. You're a Spanish kid. I think he was mixed. I'm not sure, but the nigga was hilarious. I got 90 days in that box, right? And the first 30 days, he was the nigga with me. And the nigga had me dying laughing. Then my next door neighbor was another Queens kid, Puerto Rican looking black brother. And his name was OD. This nigga used to get everything in the jail. He used to get dust, angel dust, weed, manteca. You know what I'm saying? This Spanish kid was just, every visit, he was coming back with a mother load. I don't know how he was doing it. He gave us angel dust and a stick. We smoked that shit in the cell. We bugging. I couldn't stop laughing. It got to the point where I was like, yo, please, Lord, make us normal again. Yo, this shit not normal, bro. I started panicking. You know, like, oh, shit. I'm laughing. That shit not even funny, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shit was retarded. Then my next bunkie, after 30 days, maybe a little more, Front's time's over, so he go back to population. They put this other Spanish kid in my cell. You heard? This is why they don't double bunk me no more. This is why the New York State Department of Corrections said that I'm not allowed to be double bunked. Because this nigga, I thought he was cool. You know those little shits to wash your mouth out, like in the hotels? I don't know how I got it, but I had this little cup that looked like one of those hotel cups.
Yeah.
That be in the bathrooms. I had one of those shits in myself. And I had my stamps in it. You heard? I'm laying on the bottom bed, you know what I'm saying? My bed was the bottom joint. This nigga sitting on the table one day writing his letters. He think I'm sleeping. I looked over and I seen the nigga go in the cup. So I said to myself, maybe he gonna tell me when he wake up or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? He took a stamp to write his mom's or whatever. But when Chow came and I fronted like I was just waking up, this nigga never talked to me about the stamp he took. You heard? I'm waiting for the nigga to be like, yo, Pain, you know what I'm saying? You was sleeping. I took a stamp, my nigga. You know what I mean? I would have been cool with that. You heard? I hold a nigga down for a stamp. I ain't mad at that, but it's the principle. You didn't say nothing to me. The next day, I let it slide. I was waiting all night. Nigga never said nothing. The next day, I'm fronting like I'm sleeping again. This nigga digging in my stamps. I'm like, alright. I stay like I'm sleeping. I took the bed sheet, lad, and I made it like a lasso, you heard, while he was writing. And I tried to creep up behind the nigga. I did creep up behind the nigga. And I threw the shit around the nigga head and yanked the nigga, you heard? Boom, the nigga hit the floor and tried to break my legs. So now I'm fighting for my legs while I'm trying to choke this nigga. I got a foot on his chest, you know what I'm saying? Foot on his back. I'm trying to stomp the nigga down while I'm trying to choke the nigga at the same time. You heard? This nigga's trying to twist my ankle and get the fuck up. You heard? The police came. Oh, they fucking ran in there. They threw me in the back. I don't know if you know the S blocks. The yard is like in your cell, but it's in the back of your cell. You know what I'm saying? They threw me back there. They took the nigga out. They never wrote me up. I thought they was going to write me up for the long haul. That's not what they did. They just told me they wasn't going to double bunk me no more. You heard? Anyway, my time is up from, you know, I did my 90 days. My time's up in Green S Block. I go to Kasaki across the street. When I get to the Cat, shit was like a dream come true. Everybody's there. Stony the Brainiac, 183rd, Frenchie Brim, Salute, Hobanger, you know what I'm saying, Dusty from the Lower East. Like niggas I done met in my life, other places in my life. Bunch of them niggas is in the same jail with me, you heard? I'm loving it. I'm like, oh shit, I get back with Stony the Brain, my nigga Hobanger, niggas from 183rd this day, you know, my whole family from 183rd, you know what I'm saying? So I'm chilling. Kasaki was sweet for me. Super sweet for me because I'm like related to niggas and all types of shit was going on in it. I love the Kasaki, but the police noticed that. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't getting in no trouble. You feel me? There wasn't no fights around me. I'm chilling with whoever I want to. My nigga Crucial from the Beacon was there. Red Dot was there. You feel me? A whole bunch of names I could throw around, man, that I love these people. You heard that I met in other parts of my life. Some in jail, some in the streets. So Kasaki was good for me. I don't know about everybody else, but it was good for me. Then one day, you remember on Thursdays used to be Click Day, right? $1.75 for the picture. So you're supposed to have like what, 3 to 5 people in them pictures? You can't have a lot of people in those pictures. Maybe it was 3 or something. But the nigga that was taking the pictures, we got loose one day. I said, yo, take this picture. I had mad niggas. I said, yo, come on. Let's hurry up. Take this picture. The nigga like, yo, Pain, we gonna get in trouble, son. I'm like, man, just hurry up, take the picture, my nigga. I took a picture with like 11 niggas, son. As soon as that nigga clicked the picture, and when we waving it, you know what I'm saying? You know the Polaroid shits, we fucking shaking it. And I hear my name on the loudspeaker, 018-1564 to the front. I'm like, oh, damn. I knew I was going to get caught, but I didn't know they was going to caught me that fast. You heard? They knew I was the culprit of that shit. When I go to them niggas, I told Hobanger, yo, send these pictures to Keishla, because we got the same people from the street. So I'm like, yo, send these pictures. So I pass them off to him. He stash them. They go up to me. They check me. They don't find the pictures. They take me to the intake area. They have somebody pack my cell up, you heard, and they move me. I'm on the bus. They take me to Fishkill. I'm driving to Fishkill. I asked the officer, I'm like, yo, CO, why they moving me like that? He like, you got too many friends in that jail, sir. They don't like that when you do that. I said, what? He said, yeah, they rather people fight each other so we could get the workers' compensation. I was like, all right, whatever. I'll get the Fishkill suite for me too, but not with the police. This is important what I'm gonna tell you too, because a lot of people ask me how my face be looking like it do. I'm gonna share something with you. When I get to Fishkill, I meet BL and Gypsy, older niggas. These niggas sell dope in the jail. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to get it in, but every visit, they come back. Then they pass it to me. Then I take it to the yard and do their dirty work for them. You know what I'm saying? I was getting paid off of that. So I'm in Fishkill for a little while, and I'm buying new army jackets. I'm getting the Saucony sneakers. I'm getting fly in Fishkill. These niggas was hooking me up. I'm the youngest one there in their little clique. These niggas was treating me like a little bro. All I had to do was what they told me to do, was take this dope to this nigga in the yard, and whatever the case may be, and they was hitting me off lovely. I was getting money in Fishkill. You know what I'm saying, off the strength for these niggas. To the death pulls me to his thing one day, right before New Year's. He says, yo, we noticed you ain't got no family. You ain't getting no visits like that. You ain't got no pink slips coming in. You ain't getting no money from the outside world. Yet you ordering Saucony sneakers. You ordering army jackets. You getting everything you want, but who the fuck is paying for it? You heard? I'm like, yo, I ain't come here to be no rat, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not locked up for going to church, sir. You know what I'm saying? He get ignorant with me. I got ignorant back with him. He tells the police to send me back to my unit. You know? I pissed the death off. I trolled the nigga type shit. You know what I'm saying? Send me back to my cell. I mean, not my cell, my housing unit with my nigga Webb and them niggas. Shout out to my nigga Webb from Middletown. You heard? So I back in my shit. The day of New Year's, I had some bud. I had 5 sticks of bud. You heard? It was my PC from some bud I sold for these niggas. You know what I'm saying? So the 5 sticks I had left, that's my PC. I could do what I want with it. So I gave one to a nigga here, say, yo, smoke that with your man. I gave it, I was spreading love for New Year's. The Spanish niggas is making the Mauricio Niendo. The black brothers is making some hooch type shit. You know what I'm saying? The Jamaican niggas had some bud. I had some bud. We chilling, we're gonna throw a New Year's party. The officer that we had in our dorm, that nigga didn't care about nothing. He smelled the bud all the time. He never said nothing. You know, he was. I don't know if he was pussy or cool, but that nigga never made a sound. You heard? He just let us do whatever we had to do. He one of them niggas probably just want to go home after 8 hours. He don't give a fuck what we do. So we gotta have the powder though. We threw a New Year's party. Powder in the air. Was in the air, we drinking hooch, we drinking that Mauricio Niendo shit from the Spanish brothers. Everybody getting along or love. You heard? Well, I didn't drink enough water that night though. 4 o'clock in the morning, the whistles is blowing. Everybody get up. After the Happy New Year and all that, we go to sleep. Well, we ain't really go to sleep, you know what I'm saying? But I started laying out to fall asleep around 4 in the morning when the whistles blowing. Everybody up. Yeah, niggas banging on niggas' lockers and shit. They searching us and all that, you know? I'm trying to guzzle a gallon of water real quick. Like, they pick me first. Yo, come in. Search my cell. They don't find nothing, but they take like 10 of us to get piss tests down this hallway to this room, and my shit come out dirty. The next day, they come, they pick me up, they take me to the box, you know? They give me 60 days for a dirty urine. I'm thinking it's all fine. I'm like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about being in the box. I like being in the box sometimes. I get to read without motherfucking any disturbances. You know what I'm saying? I get to draw and write rhymes and all that shit I like to do. So the box never really disturbed me that much. It never bothered me. So I'm in the cell. There's 2 officers, yo, and New York should know about these people. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, nigga. I don't like these niggas. There's 2 officers that work in that unit in the Fishkill box. I don't know if they still do, but back in the early 2000s they did. Their last name is Raposa. You got the old man Raposa in the daytime and his son in the nighttime. You heard? So when his father was leaving, the other one would take over that shit. I'm in that unit. You know what I'm saying? And they were, and you had an officer named Lestarge that was the younger one's partner. I can't remember the older one's partner, and I don't care about that shit. But anyway, I know the depth not feeling me. You know what I'm saying? He used to walk through too. But one day, if you ever know about the early 2000s Fishkill box, like Wednesdays or some shit, they used to let you get like wreck on a chair. You heard? For certain niggas. what I'm saying? You could get wrecked on the tier. I don't know if it depended on your classification or whatnot. I'm not really sure. I can't remember. But when he let everybody out, they put a table out, right, on a tier, and you could play chess, checkers, or read a book, or whatever the case may be. You can't use the phone and none of that. But you could do it. You could sit on the tables and mingle, talk. I don't know. Well, when I tried to come out my cell, the older reposer was like, because early in the day he asked me to pick up some books from the floor of my room, and I got smart with him, and I told him, yo, you gotta show me in the green rule book where it says I can't have my books there. You know what I'm saying? So he said, oh, you think you're smart anyway. When they let everybody out for that little wreck shit, he told me I couldn't come out. He cracked my cell, but then he saw me coming out. He was like, nah, Joe, get back in your cell. I said, suck my dick. I went back in the cell. Fuck you then, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's how I felt. You know, I was young and stupid, but that's how I felt. Like, damn, you being bitter because I challenged you, because I was telling the truth. You can't just make up the rules as you go along. There's nowhere in that rule book that says I can't have my books. That I can't have my books where they was. I could do that, but you can't prove me wrong. So he didn't like me. So he told me I couldn't come out myself. I went back in my cell. Fuck you, fuck that nigga. I don't even want to do that. I goes back in my cell the next day, and the nighttime comes. It was shower day the next day. Now, shower day supposed to work like this, lads. You call either 62 cell and work your way up to 1 cell, or you call 1 cell and work your way back down to 62, right? I'm 24 cell. You heard? It's quiet, son. It's mad quiet. Nobody's talking. Everybody napping type shit. It's right before chow, like the last chow. You know what I'm saying? It's like 4 o'clock shift change or whatever just passed. So it was quiet for a while. Then the niggas, my cell cracked open. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the fuck? I looked out of it. They're like, 24 cell want to shower. I'm like, 24 cell want to shower? Why they didn't start the way they always start, from the last cell to the first, or the first cell to the last? I'm like, this shit odd. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I put my flip-flops on anyway, got my little shower shit ready. I'm saying to myself, hold on. They supposed to cuff me and escort me to the showers. You heard? You supposed to put your hands through that slot. They cuff you, then they crack the cell. But these niggas is all the way down the tier telling me, yo, to go take a shower. You heard? I'm like, what the fuck? I felt like something wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? About the whole situation. But I went with it like a dumbass anyway. I goes to the shower. This nigga gives me a razor. Before he even let me in the little gate, because you know the shower's like a cell too. He passed me the razor on the outside of me, like, you want a razor? I'm like, yeah. He passed me the razor standing right in front of me. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. These niggas are like an amateur. I go, I take a shower, I shave. When I come out the shower, I'm like, yo, see, yo, I'm done. They unlocked the gate. They didn't cuff me. He's like, yo, I'm in my boxes and shit. He like, yo, put the razor in the bucket in the property room. That's when I should have knew something, but my dumb ass, you know what I'm saying, just doing shit. I walk in the property room. The officer, he grabs the bucket. It's like a Tootsie Roll bucket, you know what I'm saying? But it have mad used razors in it. When I go to put the razor in the bucket, the nigga snuffed me, son. Boom. He ain't really hurt me, but he hurt my pride, right? It's just me and him in that. Me and Reposer, the younger Reposer, in that property room. The younger one. So me and that nigga in there, I 4-pieced the nigga. When he snuffed me, I hit the nigga back. I just started swinging on the nigga. Bing, 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 bing. The nigga hit the floor. The other officer, Lestarge, he runs in there, and me and him start to wrestle. I throws the nigga on the wall. The nigga glasses fell off. You heard? He had his head to the wall, bro. But I knew it was a setup, because as soon as that started happening, I could hear nothing but feet and batons clank. So after I rocked a 4-piece Reposer, he fell. He was out the whole mission. Lestarge runs in, you heard, and we start tussling. I slam him into the wall. His glasses fell off. You know what I'm saying? I decked him. I can hear chains and batons and, you know what I'm saying, feet and all that noise, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, the squad already coming. So I'm figuring this is a setup, you know what I'm saying? They knew they was going to do this to me. I'm in the property room, you know what I mean? Now, there's cameras on the tier, But there's no cameras in the property room where he wanted me to put the razor in the thing. So next thing I know, after I got Lestage off of me, I turn around, like 5 more officers run into the property room and start wooing me out, son. You hear me? They trying to cuff me, but I'm tucking my hands. I'm fighting. I'm like trying not to let the cuffs get on me, right? They stomping me out, kick me in my nuts, all up and down my back, my head. Bro, they stomps me all the way out. You hear me? Finally get me cuffed. Now the Depp, the one that I said I was kind of like trolling when he asked me where I'm getting money for my jackets and all of that. Mm-hmm. He the last one to run in. After they got me cuffed and all of that, and I'm wooed out, bro. I'm talking about I'm woozy, but I ain't getting knocked out, but I'm woozy. And I come out of the wooziness a little bit. This nigga, the Depp runs in, some brolic too, tall white boy, kind of blocky, with the white shirt, right? He comes in, he's like, yo, what's going on here? And Officer Raposa, the one that started with, he's still on the floor, exaggerating. He could have been got up, but I'm like, but he's still on the floor. He said, yo, this inmate is under distress and assaulted me. But that's not what happened. Y'all niggas set me up from the showers and all of that. You know what I'm saying? But the dude said, you want to hit my officers? The Depp dude. And he cocked back, bro, and bust me in my grill. You heard? Bing. Rocked my whole world. I'm seeing 5 of this nigga. You hear me? After he punched me in the face, I'm cuffed. I got officers holding me on both sides, right? I'm cuffed. I can't even block the shit. Straight to the face, he punched me. Boom. I see 5 of him, son. And he's talking, but all I can hear is the ringing in my ear, like, whoa, my ears is ringing. So I don't know what he's saying, right? And I'm choking on something. You heard? All of us, I'm like, and it popped on my tongue, right? It's my fucking tooth, my nigga. You heard? That shit infuriated me. So he's talking and shit. I got the tooth on my tongue. With my mouth closed, I'm swiveling it around. I'm like, oh shit, this nigga knocked my tooth out. So then I see 3 of him. Then I see 2 of him. He merged back into one human being. He's still talking. I still hear the ringing a little bit though. He's saying something I can't really comprehend. He sound like the teacher in the Snoopy cartoon. Wah, 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 wah. And I put the tongue, I had the tooth on my tongue. I spit in his face, bro. That shit spit and tooth bounced off his cheek. He said, you motherfucker. Excuse my language. And he uppercut me right in the solar plex, B. Dumb hard. Yo, when I tell you I lost all air that I ever had in my life, that nigga knocked the wind all the way out me, bro. You hear me? I couldn't breathe. You heard? I hit my knees. I'm on the floor. I'm like, trying to find some air. They picked me up by my arms, bro. I thought they was gonna break them. And they picked me up in the air and they threw me in my cell. When they throw me in my cell, when you don't got when your arms is cuffed behind you like that, you don't got no balance. You know what I'm saying? You can't, you know what I mean, stop your fall. I hit the metal with a bed with my shoulder. Bing, bang, I'm on my back on the floor. They say close 24 cell. They closed 24 cell, you heard? I'm laying on the floor with the cuffs still on me. I'm like, damn, I gotta get up. I had to push myself with my feet to the wall and try to use the wall in my back and shit to stand up, right? They came back to my cell. While I was doing that shit, the Depp nigga, not the Depp, first 2 officers came to my cell. They was like, yo, give us those cuffs. I'm like, oh, man. So I get up and I put my hands backwards through the slot. They squeezed the cuffs tighter real quick on my wrist. I'm like, oh, these niggas is jerks. Then they took them off. You know what I'm saying? I'm wooed out. Now, in Fishkill, the box, the mirrors is kind of dusty. It's hard to look in the mirrors, right? You ever seen the box mirrors? They not all that. You know what I'm saying? You can't really see yourself that well. Yeah. But I saw myself a little bit. I wasn't that bad yet. The swelling didn't fully start yet, but it was starting. Then the Depp nigga came to my cell a little while later, probably like 10 minutes passed. He came to my cell. He was like, yo, we got to take, he had other officers in back of him. He's like, yo, cuff back up. We're going to take you to the clinic. I'm saying to myself, these niggas is trying to kill me. And if you ever been to Fishkill, when you walk from the box to the clinic part, it's an underground tunnel. Ain't nobody gonna be under there but me and the police. I said, nah, I ain't going to the clinic. You know what I'm saying? Fuck y'all, I'm cursing them out, I'm bugging out. I'm nervous and I'm angry. You know what I'm saying? All types of emotion. So he was like, yo, you got two choices. You could cuff up and come with us to the clinic, or we gonna come in there and we gonna take your ass to the clinic. I said, you gonna have to do what you gotta do, fam. He said, all right, have it your way. He left. They all left, you heard? A little while later, bro, you know what I did when they left? I took my books, I ripped up the blanket, and I took the books and I tied the books with a loop around my neck and the books around my body. You heard? Because my ribs was beaming, so my whole body was beaming. I could feel my face thumping, I could feel my jaw thumping, my elbows, my whole body was in pain. So I've tied the books around my ribs because I said they're going to come back in here and they're going to fuck me up some more. You know what I'm saying? So I made some little device, bro, like, so with the string and the books, I put them shits around my ribs. Then I took the mattress and I rolled it up and I tied that shit like a shield and I put it on the side of the door. When they came back, the dude was like, yo, you ready to come with us? I said, fuck you. He said, crack 24 cell. I tried to grab the mattress like a shield, but they beat me down to the floor. It didn't really work. I thought it kind of took some of the blow away, you know what I'm saying? But I still wound up hitting the floor, getting beat up a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? Then they cuffed me, right? They passed me off. They get me in the hallway outside of my cell, and they passed me off to this little short, brolic police, white boy that everybody knew as a bully in there. You know what I'm saying? I can't remember his name, though. They like escort him to the clinic. So he's escort. So he take me. We go down these steps. We go into the tunnel. He's like, yo, I should fuck you up, kid. I'm cuffed, right? We got a nice little walk in the tunnel before we come out to the other staircase to go upstairs to the clinic shit. So he's saying, he's like talking in my ear, like mad close in my face. Like, I should fuck you up, son. I should fuck you up, kid. So I tell the nigga, I'm like, yo, look, B, if you're gonna hit me, at least take my cuffs off. This is just us, bro. You know what I'm saying? He like, nah, you know why I'm not gonna fuck you up? I said, why, sir? He said, cause Officer Repose is a bitch. I said, oh shit, this nigga don't even like the cop that set me up. Yo, I got lucky. So I'm like, oh shit. He like, yo, come on. So when we get to the clinic, right, it's late now. Like, it's a little later. In the day, probably like 9:30, 10 o'clock or some shit. In the day, by the time I get there, right? And when we come up the den and we walking down towards this room, like a hospital room, the lady that was there, she was beautiful, but she was like in her 60s. She looked like Pam Grier or something, you know? Beautiful, older black woman. She was mad pretty. And I noticed that. And she saw my face, and she was like, oh my God, young man, so they trying to kill you in here. Why? She said that shit in front of the officer. He just shook his head. So she brought me in the room, and he came in the room too. She was like, what happened to you? I said, yo, the police stomped me out. So she looked at the officer. She started barking on the officer, like, yo, how you going to start? He said, ma'am, I wasn't there when it happened. And he wasn't there when it happened. He came afterwards just to escort me. So I told her the truth. I said, nah, he ain't touched me. You know what I'm saying? But them other people did. She said, oh my God. She said, can you give me a moment with this kid? So he walked out the room to leave me and her alone in there. He took my cuffs off and shit. She started examining me, though, at her hair. I'm like, yeah, everything hurts. You know what I'm saying? I told her everything that happened. She stood quiet for a second. Then she was like, you suicidal? I said, no, I'm not. She caught me off guard with that. I'm not suicidal. You know what I'm saying? She said, you suicidal because I said you was suicidal. I got a plan. So I'm like, what's your plan then? She said, yo, she started writing a statement, right? And then she called the other officer. She was like, yo, I'm going to write it up as he was suicidal to get him out of the prison. You know, because now they got to send me to the observation unit in the psychiatrics. She figured that if they send me to psychiatrics, there's going to be mad nurses and all types of people walking around. These niggas can't be stomping me out over there. You know what I'm saying? So I signed it. The officer, he was cool. He was like, yeah, dude, I get this kid out this jail. He felt for me. You know what I'm saying? The other officer, he was like, yeah, let's get him out of here. So after I signed the paper and I sat down for a little while, then he was on that little walkie-talkie thing, and they told him, yeah, transport inmates or whatever. And they took me to the psychiatric unit. They took all my clothes, bro, gave me a fucking paper robe and some slippers with a smiley face on them. You heard? Some paper slippers had smiley faces on them. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? They put me, they don't give you no mattress in there. They give you like this kind of mat that look like it's made out of Teflon or something. It's mad thin though. You know what I'm saying? So you can't hang yourself with it. None of that. It's the suicide watch cells, right? They put me in there. You know what I'm saying? They start asking me questions, whatever. If I'm suicidal, I just go on along with it, you heard? Because the lady told me, yo, this is how you going to get out this prison before they kill you. So the next morning, that deaf nigga that knocked out my tooth, he came and did a tear heaving right outside of my cell. I'm butt naked with a paper robe and some happy slippers and shit. You know what I'm saying? He gave me a year. I was supposed to do 60 for the dirty urine. Now I got a year in the box on top of that. You know what I'm saying? He sentenced me for assault on staff. You heard? I'm like, whatever, nigga, fuck y'all. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even talk to him. He was like, yo, how do you plead? I'm like, yo, fuck you, man. Leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? He sentenced me to a year in the box. So after the 3 days, they keep you there for 3 days, butt naked, right? To see if you're suicidal or whatever. When they deem that you're not suicidal, they put me on a bus to downstate. These niggas lost all my property, bro. You heard, it was the last time I ever seen my property, and I don't know if I seen it or not, but it had to be in that property room. They just threw my shit. They lost my shit. They sent me to downstate for a couple days. Then I go to Southport Correctional Facility. You heard? When I get to Southport, this Muslim brother was teaching me the law. He was telling me how I could sue the state or whatever. But unfortunately, I ain't had none of the other inmates from the box and fish kill. I don't know their names, so I couldn't get them as witnesses. But I wrote to IG anyway, to the attorney, Elliot Spitzer, was the attorney general at the time for New York. You know, he got caught up later on in life doing some, you know what I'm saying, pedophile shit or some prostitution or something like that. And he lost his, you know what I'm saying, he lost his position. But at the time, he was the attorney general. So I had to write to him, you know what I'm saying, to file a lawsuit against the New York Department of Corrections, whatever. I don't know, a little bit of time went by. I started writing rhymes again one day. The IG niggas, I guess internal affairs type police, I don't remember what they really call them, but they came and they interviewed me about the incident, right? And the nigga says to me, yo, you know, this is going to be hard to believe because we got 6 officers who signed a statement against you versus you. I said, of course y'all going to be biased for your niggas in their uniform. You know what I'm saying? But that's really happened. Then they showed me a picture, an officer opposed a face. I left that nigga with a black eye. You know what I'm saying? But these niggas left me stomped out. So, anyway, maybe like a month after that, I get a letter in the mail. They like that I had no cause for claim. You know what I'm saying? Basically, they shot my whole claim down for the lawsuit, so I had to eat that. I was like, fuck, I ain't even appeal it. I was like, fuck it, I ain't gonna beat these niggas anyway. You know, I'm missing a tooth. They fractured my jaw, fractured my ribs too. You know, when the doctors checked me, I had fractured ribs, a fractured jaw, but I still can't beat New York State Department of Corrections in a lawsuit, so they threw that whole shit out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get comfortable here. So I start getting comfortable in Southport. My next door neighbor, nigga, was a fish who I love that nigga. I hope I can see him again. His name was Ty Black. I seen him later on in life, but in another prison when I wound up in Comstock for the second time. But when I was in Southport, I met Ty Black and this Spanish kid on the side of me named Lito. And we started rhyming together. I was writing mad rhymes. I already had mad rhymes, but they lost my property supposedly. So I lost all my books of rhymes. So I started all over again. You know what I'm saying? And every night, Ty Black would bang on the wall like making a beat, and I would rhyme whatever new rhyme I wrote. You know what I'm saying? And I got mad comfortable rhyming at that time in front of people because that's all I did was rhyme. You know what I'm saying? Then one day, when George Bush decided to set it off on Baghdad, and they was doing it on the news. You know how in Southport, I don't know if you ever been there, but when you go to Southport, they got these 2 holes in the wall, 2 or 3 holes in the wall that you plug in your headphones. You heard? And you can hear either music, be Spanish music, sometimes hip hop, reggae,
Yeah,
and then the other one.
They got them shits in Comstock too. You can hear TV channels too.
TV channels too. So I'm listening to the war one night. This shit was crazy, right? Everybody loved me there too, man. You know what I'm saying? We had some deep conversations. You know, a lot of people think that people in prison is really bad people, but nah, that's not always true. Some of the best people in the world is locked up, bro. You know what I'm saying? I had OG schooling me about life and, you know what I'm saying, really having deep conversations with me. And I ain't gonna lie, yo, I loved it, that shit. You know what I'm saying? I loved it meeting certain niggas. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, one day though, when George Bush, whatever his name is, was putting the bombs over Baghdad, I was listening to it while it was taking place in the newscasters. Like, the planes in the air right now, they're flying, they're dropping bombs and all that other shit. And I was thinking to myself, yo, is this the last days of the earth? You know what I'm saying? I got on some weird shit. I was just imagining, like, yo, is this that shit they be saying in the Bible or whatever, Armageddon and shit? Like, is this how it's going to start? So I started that conversation on the gate. And another brother, I can't remember his name, but some other brother started debating me on it. I ain't want to debate. I was just asking questions to the older brothers that maybe they could teach me that shit. You heard? This nigga, then some other dude was like, hey, yo, parents, chill. I don't want to die in prison. Yo, the dude was really sad, bro, when I started talking about it. Then somebody cursed him out, then I defended him. The next thing you know, everybody cursing each other out on the gate. Niggas is flushing their toilets and flooding their cells. People throwing shit, everybody cursing and screaming. I don't know how. It just went totally left, you heard?
All of that's just from that debate, all of that
From
shit
that
happened?
debate. Yeah, because when some dude was sad, he was like, yo, he wanted me to stop talking about it. He was like, yo, please don't talk about that. I don't want to die in prison. That's what the dude said. He was sincere. Like, he really was sad. And then somebody cursed him out. Then I defended him. Like, yo, don't talk to him like that, B. You know what I'm saying? Because I had a heart for dude, because he made me sad a little bit when he said that. Now I'm cursing at this dude, me and this dude cursing each other out. Then somebody cursing me out on the other side, and everybody just start cursing and screaming each other out. Then you can hear toilets flushing and people kicking on the gates and, I'ma fuck you up, nigga, yeah. And all types of wild shit. The whole tier went crazy, bro. You heard? Everybody in their cell just bugging. So an officer comes up to me, I'm bugging too. I'm cursing niggas out. You heard? We gate banging. Basically, that's all we could do, right? And the officer came up to me. He was like, yo, you all right? I said, get the fuck away from my cell. I start cursing him out. So then all types of shit happened, right? With the banging and there's water on the floor, all types of shit, bro. Next thing you know, they came with a whole squad, bro, and cell extracted me. You heard? They cuffed me. I didn't fight back, though, but they came and got me out my cell, and they took me to 5 points for a psych evaluation. You heard? They charged me with inciting a riot, you know what I'm saying? But then they wound up throwing it away. When I got to 5 points, they just thought I was crazy. When I get to 5 points, mind you, I've been in Southport for a little while by now, you know what I'm saying? So I only had like 4 or 5 months to go at by this time. So when I get to 5 points, they take all my clothes off, put me in another observation cell next to this white boy named Archie. Archie's cell, where he was at, they had a camera in front of it on a tripod, you heard? So I start talking to him, yo, why they got a camera on you? So he told me his whole life story. How he was 17 years old, he stole a cop car somewhere like upstate New York, the white area somewhere like Glens Falls or some shit like that. You heard? He stole a cop car, led the police on a high-speed chase, got locked up, he got sentenced to 6 years, but during that psychiatric evaluation for him in some other hospital, his bunkie told him a story how he was a pedophile. He told the bunkie not to tell him that story. The bunkie kept telling him. So he stomped the bunkie to death, got like 20 years for that. Then something happened to him in Comstock where he stabbed the officer. This nigga just threw his whole life out the window. You heard? All from 6 years big, this nigga wound up with like 100 years. You know what I'm saying? So he was telling me his story, and he used to sing that song too, Miss American Pie, all day. My Miss American Pie. Nigga done lost his mind, right? But he was cool with me. And then from there, they take me out of I'm bugging out. I was doing the most too. I was having fun doing it. When I was in 5 Points, I was talking greasy to the police, to the doctors, to everybody. So they wound up taking me from 5 Points. They transferred me to Central New York Psychiatric Center. That's near, that's of course the street from Marcy. You heard? When I get there, shit, man, I had the time of my life. When I get to Central New York Psychiatrics, it's like you in jail, but you're not really in jail no more. And your box time is still running. So they got like rooms and shit. They got a living room with a couch. They got the best breakfast in the world. They got the softest fucking coffee cakes. I'm like, oh shit, I better play crazy so I can stay here till I go home. You know what I'm saying? But that didn't work out because I got too lax. But when I first get there, there's this big black brother look just like Biggie Smalls, and that's what people called him. But nobody talked to him. He sat on a couch in that little living room area type shit. He sat on that shit by himself, bro. You heard? And nobody went over there to bother him. You know what I'm saying? Big motherfucker, too. Anyway, one day, I'm a funny nigga, Laz, I promise you, man. I went over and I sat on the other side of the couch. He looked at me, but he didn't say nothing. The remote for the TV is on the table right there. So I'm sitting there for a little while, and I'm wondering to myself, what happens if I touch that remote? He probably gonna kill me, but let me see. So I started to reach for the remote. He looked at me, he grilled me like, I dare you. So I didn't touch it. I said, nah, let me leave him alone. You know, because we in the mental observation. There's a bunch of crazy niggas walking around, people talking to themselves, and you know what I'm saying? Some cool niggas too, but them niggas was crazy over there. So I said, let me not piss him off. But I kept doing it like at least once or twice a day. I would look at the remote, sit on the other side of him. And for some weird reason, I don't know how it works, and I'm not a psychologist, but I did that shit for like a week, bro. And then finally, the nigga talked to me, son. He never let me touch the remote at first until he talked to me. He said, yo, you like Blackstreet Dog? I said, I love Blackstreet Dog. Why I was sub with Blackstreet, you heard? I know he a loco, so I'm just trying to, you know what I'm saying, get cool with the big nigga, because I ain't want him to eat me or some shit, fuck me up, you know what I mean? So I said, I love Blackstreet Dog. Why, what up? He said, I know every Blackstreet song, dog. This is when I realized that he was like a grown, big, giant nigga, but with like a baby mental, you know what I'm saying? Like the son with a psyche that didn't grow up, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, word, you love Blackstreet? Start singing. This nigga did the whole album on me. Laz, you heard? No diggity, I'm about to back it up. This nigga sang all that shit. And he wasn't the best singer, but he thought he was. You heard? Like, he was really bugged out. A MO nigga. So his name, we called him Big, and he became like I became like his little buddy and shit. You heard? He let me change the channel. As long as I let that nigga sing, you heard? Yo, it was weird, right? Anyway, I loved that nigga, son. I wound up like, I love him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wound up loving that nigga. I stood there for 90 days before they realized I wasn't crazy. But before I left, this blood kid came in. You know what I'm saying? Young like me. You know what I'm saying? Slim kid. He comes in, and he see that the only one. You know who was there, son? Old Dirty Bastard. Oh, let me not forget Old Dirty Bastard, funny ass. He wasn't in my unit, but the only way to get out that unit, right, is the yard. And when you go to the yard, you go with your own unit. But on Sundays, Catholic services, if you sign up, you can see other units in the chapel. You heard? They got the women in the front, because there's a women unit there, but you're not allowed to talk to them, right? Then they leave some space, then they got the other housing units for the fellas in back of the women and shit, you heard? One day I'm in the chapel, I signed up for that shit, and they do the preacher, priest, whatever you call them. He's doing his little thing, whatever. They doing those corny songs with the and all that shit, and giving you little pieces of crackers and shit. You know what I'm saying? With the fake wine, I think it was grape juice or something, but they was fronting. You heard? And all of a sudden, we hear Mr. Jones, this, that, and the third. I'm like, Mr. Jones, yo, old dirty bastard was in a unit that was sitting in front of our unit. You heard? And he crawled on the floor to go try to flirt with a girl, and he got caught by the priest dude. The priest dude made a big stink about it. The staff, they don't call them COs there, they call them staff. That they used to anyway. They grabbed him up. Yo, he like, yo, I'm big baby Jesus. You can't tell me nah. He bugging out, laughing and all of that. They kicked him out. That's the only time I ever seen him in my life, bro. That's my word. He was in Central New York Psychiatrics, you heard? When I was there. But anyway, they kicked him out for shit. Everybody was laughing and all that. He like, I'm Osiris, yo, big baby Jesus. Laughing and shit. Wu-Tang Clan forever. The shit was hilarious. They kicked the nigga out. So then the blood kid comes. Right before I leave, the blood kid comes, and he noticed he trying to get cool. He's sitting between me and Big. We had the couch on lock. Only ones I was supposed to sit there on that couch was Big and me. He ain't like everybody else. People were scared of Big. You know what I'm saying? So the blood kid comes in one day. He sits in between us, and Big looks at him. Then Big looks at me. I'm on the other side of it. You know, like I always do. And I'm like, yo, this ain't gonna end well for homeboy. You know what I'm saying? He think he gangster or whatever. He look at Big, right? He clowning. He like, hey, yo, Big, sing me a Blackstreet song. The nigga Big jumps up off the couch, grab this nigga by the throat, and start pounding homeboy out. Now, when I tell you Big was at least 6'4", 6'5", and super big in every way. Heavy set, but like wide in every way, front to back, side to side. And he pounded homeboy out. The staff come and try to break it up. He throwing staff around like, fuck off me. People falling this shit. This dude was super strong. They wound up grabbing one arm, and a lady nurse hit him with the Haldo shot in the leg. You heard? I don't know if you ever saw or you know what Haldo is, or if I'm even saying it right, but Haldo is like some elephant tranquilizer shit. You heard? Because this took that big ass brother and put that nigga sleepy, bro. You heard? They threw the nigga on this stretcher type shit where they wrap your arms down they tie your arms down and your legs down. You tied down every way on the stretcher shit. They didn't take him nowhere though. They left him right there while they was doing the reports right in front of us. You heard? I walks up to the nigga, yo, Big, you alright? This nigga was drugged, B. I felt so bad. I almost felt like crying, my nigga. See my nigga like that. He was like, yeah, I'm good, son. Drooling and shit. This shit broke my heart. You know what I'm saying?
Where you said son was from?
My nigga Big was from Buffalo. You heard? Big brother, son. Big in every way, son. But he had a beautiful heart, but he was just misunderstood. He had something wrong with his mental. You know what I'm saying? He was dangerous, but he was like a big baby. If he catch a tantrum, he gonna break everything. You know what I'm saying? So he drugged up on the bed. They took the other kid was washed up. He beat the shit out the other kid. He even hurt a couple of the staff members. You know what I'm saying? But they forgave him. You know, they had that nigga on the stretcher just drooling and shit. You feel me? I felt bad, son. Anyway, he came off for that. You know what I'm saying? Then one day they realized that I was just playing the role. I wasn't really crazy. So they sent me to Sing Sing. But before I got to Sing Sing, they put me on a bus. And the first stop we stopped at, because it was like, I don't know what, it was something about the weather or something, I can't remember. But we got to Sullivan Correctional Facility first, where I stood there like 2-3 days, you heard, in our orientation cell. You know what I'm saying? When I got to Sullivan, after leaving Central New York Psychiatrics, and they said I was good enough, my box time was over by that time, you heard? So I wasn't going back to the box, because that shit ran. Like, if you go to the psychiatrics while you were doing the box time, your box time's still running. You know what I'm saying? That shit don't freeze. So I come out of psychiatrics and I go to Sullivan When I get to Sullivan, there was this cool brother. I can't remember where he was from. I can't remember his name, but the nigga was like 60. You heard? He was my next door neighbor in Sullivan. You heard? He was giving me tops and rollies and shit, because I'm just coming out of psychiatric. So I ain't smoked in a minute. You know what I'm saying? I ain't smoked in a while. You heard? I'm over here. We talking and shit. This chubby white dude was walking by cell to cell, and he was passing these papers in through the bars. And I'm talking to the brother next to me, right? Like my second day there. And the dude, I took the paper, and the dude kept walking. When I read the paper, it was like, it said something about come to church services Thursday, this, that, and the third, da-da-da-da. And I made a joke about it. I said, I don't go, because back then I was a Santero. I believed in Santeria. I didn't believe in Christ and none of that when I was younger. You know, I believed in, you know what I'm saying? Baba Luae, and Ochun, and Ogun, Yemaya, and things like that. So I made a joke. I was like, I ain't going to no church, nigga. Like, I was just playing around, though, right to my neighbor. He was like, yo, chill, fam, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't disrespect that man. I was like, I'm not disrespecting him. He was like, yo, you don't know who that is? I said, nah, I don't know who that is. You know what I'm saying? He said, that's the son of Sam. I said, I don't know his father neither. You heard? So he started laughing. He like, nah, you never heard about the son of Sam? Now, that shit happened in 70-something. I was born in 79. I really didn't know the story. You know what I'm saying? I ain't the type of nigga who was watching the news until I got to Southport type shit. You know what I mean? Because I ain't had no choice. So he like, I was like, who the fuck is the son of Sam? So he breaks down the story to me, and then it all started to hit me like, oh, yeah, I heard about that shit. That dude was working in the church, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's how I found out that the serial killer son of Sam dude was like a pastor or some shit. You know? I thought that was odd. Anyway, after like 2-3 days in Sullivan, they put me on another bus, and they took me to Sing Sing. When you get to Sing Sing, and you coming from a psychiatric spot on a transfer, they make you stay in this place called 5 Building. You know what I'm saying? And they evaluate you there to make sure that you're good enough for population. When I get there, shout out to King Vec and my son Freddy Krueger. They was there, and I know both of them from my life, from regular life, my whole life type shit. Freddy Krueger was a very dangerous kid. You know what I'm saying? His real name was Michael Wack. I think he's dead now, man. I hope he not, but you know what I'm saying? I haven't heard from him in forever. And King Vec was like the illest nigga in New York once upon a time. You heard? You know what I'm saying? Like King brother, like the realest nigga you ever heard of. So they was there together. I said, this ain't a good look. I don't know why these niggas met up. I don't think they should be hanging out. Somebody gonna get hurt. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was thinking. But anyway, I stood like 5 days of orientation for 5 points. Then they sent me to A block. H Gallery 42 cell. Remember like yesterday. Sing Sing was good to me. I was everybody's little brother, or I was somebody's big brother, depending on the age. You know what I'm saying? When I got to Sing Sing, the first thing that happened is, shout out to my nigga Blue. You heard? I'm in the yard. My son Blue from Burnside, was his real name Nunu, but they call him Blue in jail. He see me going to the phones, because I'm going to go call my mom, tell her, your mom got a transfer. I'm close to the city, man. You know what I'm saying? So I went to the phones. The phones is like you know how niggas play baseball? What's that shit called? The dugout? It's like a dugout with a cage type shit. Like, that's what it felt like. You know what I'm saying? Going like this long cage thing where the phones is at. So I went in there, and these 2 brothers came up to me, and it was like, they came on the other side of the cage. I'm talking to my moms, right? And one of the brothers was like, yo, fam, how long you gonna be on that phone? And I looked on both sides of me, and there was mad empty phones. So I'm like, oh, these niggas is gonna try me, son. You feel me? That's my first thought. Like, yo, niggas is gonna try me, B. I don't know these niggas, and they asking me how long I'm gonna be on the phone for. So I wasn't feeling it. I just ignored them. I turned my back on them niggas. I said, fuck these niggas, right? They gonna do what they gotta do. They walked away. Meanwhile, they wasn't finna do nothing to me. They was just testing me because my nigga Noonie saw me, and that was his peoples, and he told them, because when I came out the gate, out the little cage shit from the phones, I seen them niggas was on the bench. They was waving me over like, yo, fam, come in. Somebody was sitting in back of them, right? The closer I got, I started walking to him. I don't know why. I said, fuck it, if they gonna jump me, I'm gonna make my name in Sing Sing. You know what I'm saying? I ain't pussy. You feel me? So I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna walk over there. So I start walking over there. They moved both to east side. I seen the nigga knew me laughing his ass off. You heard? He like, yo, I got you, nigga. I'm like, yo, you think that shit funny, B? But I gave him a hug and all of that. Yo, what's up? You know what I'm saying? We start politicking. You know what I'm saying? He showed me where all the Latin kids. This is my first time in that yard. He tell me where all the LK niggas is at. I go salute them. You know what I'm saying? They tell me though, there's this one Puerto Rican kid. After a couple of days or a couple of times in the yard, they tell me, yo, you see that nigga right there? I'm like, yeah, well, what's up with him? Some Spanish nigga, right? They like, yo, that's Mousy. Stay away from that nigga. You heard? So I'm saying to myself, that's one nigga. If I gotta stay away from him, why y'all niggas never popped on him then? If you making him seem so dangerous, you know what I mean? They like, nah, we got a truce with that nigga. I'm like, hold on. The whole set got a truce with one nigga? How dangerous is this nigga? You know what I'm saying? So that was intriguing to me. So I kept looking at him like, thinking like the nigga like 5'9", 170. I'm like, yo, how bad could this person be? You heard? But I ain't say nothing. The nigga caught me looking at him a couple of times, though. I don't know why I kept doing that. I just kept looking at the nigga, and I would turn away when he saw me. You heard? I'd be like, let me leave this nigga alone, right? Yo, like 2-3 days of that shit, that nigga called me over to him. He was like, yo, shorty, come here, B. I'm like, yo, what's good, fam? He like, yo, why you keep looking at me? I said, yo, I made a joke. I said, yo, I heard you was the illest nigga in the world, B. You know what I'm saying? That's all. I heard you was the illest nigga this side of Nebraska. I start fucking joking with the nigga, start laughing. He was like, yo, you a bug out, huh? I said, I don't know. I'm just saying, though, you the illest nigga or not. He's like, yo, don't make me fuck you up. You know, he's laughing, though. And he took a liking to me. And next thing you know, the nigga did nothing but show me love. I only stood there for 8 months, but the whole time I was there, I would kick it with fam, you know what I'm saying? He would teach me shit. Now, Mousy was notorious because he the one who tried to rewrite the Latin King lessons when he was a king, and then they put a hit out on him for it, and the nigga, they killed his neighbors trying to kill him in the fire, some shit like that, and I got his whole story. It's all public information, like, this nigga's a legend, you know what I'm saying? I just didn't know that till I met him. So they had a little truth with him because this nigga done put in mad work on whoever tried to fuck with him. Huh? Son was dangerous, but he was a good person, son. He was just in my heart, I feel like he was just misunderstood. He tried to do the right thing for the nation, and they turned on him. You know what I'm saying? So he might have popped some king's tops off, but they asked for that shit. You feel me? That's how I feel. Any Latin King niggas don't like what I just said, sorry, nigga. God bless you, but that's the facts. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm cool. Everybody treat me like a little brother, nigga. Thursdays for the movies, I go chill with the Jamaicans. You know what I'm saying? I have my little setup. I have my little routine. Because Dr. Brown, who was the psychiatrist there, he picked me up every Thursdays too, right? And he was analyzing me. You heard? He liked me. I liked the Dr. Brown. He gave me a job as an SPA in the little suicide shit that they got in Sing Sing. So I worked there at night. You know what I'm saying? My days was cool. I had a little routine. You know what I'm saying? Work at night. You know what I'm saying? I was a porter. At first I was a porter. Then I started working the site shit. Then they sent me back to be a porter. You know what I'm saying? They ain't need me over there no more one day. But Dr. Brown was dope. I would go to the movie theaters with the Jamaican kids, mad Bronx niggas that I knew. Shout out to Omar Robinson. Again, my nigga Smooth was there. Shout out to Jay Wu. Shout out to my son Damager from 183rd, Jay Who, fucking Snow Will. I just had a nice time there, you heard? Things was happening with people, and there was fights and stabbings and wars, but nothing happened to me, son. I can't complain. Everybody showed me love there. You know what I'm saying? Bangum Smurf came in the building. I never talked to him though, but I remember when he came in the building, like, niggas treated that nigga like a celebrity, bro. When he was brand new in Sing Sing, for a little while, he was a celebrity. Like, oh shit, it's Bangum Smurf. I'm thinking to myself, who the fuck is a Bangum Smurf? Because I didn't know. I ain't followed that 50 Cent G and this shit before. You know what I'm saying? I followed that Terror Squad shit. Like, I'm from the Bronx. So, he came in the building. You know what I'm saying? A couple of bad shit was happening going on, but that happened to me. My nigga, I did about 8 months in Sing Sing. And then my time to go home came, you heard? My time to come home came. And you would think that I learned my lesson with all that shit, but I didn't learn shit, my nigga. You heard? When I came home, it was December 5th of 2003. The first day it snowed that year. You know what I'm saying? I got to the Bronx, and I told you before how my life got crazier, but when I came home from Sing Sing, you heard, I felt like I was on top of the world. You know what I'm saying? I had the 6-pack, and I was pretty and young, still 24 years old now. And I didn't learn my lesson. I did the most. I did the most that I ever did. You know what I'm saying? After that. But I'm going to leave it right there because I feel like I got you hostage. I'm not going to keep you here forever. You heard?
Escape disorder, asylum is what they seek. Yet this economy's weak. Like John Gotti said, the money's out in the street. You need the heart of Balboa, the eye of the tiger.
Hey yo, make sure you check that Rare Air Chief Cherokee featuring Brav the God on Spotify.
Coming up, right? You know, I was in the streets, of course. You know, I was getting money. I was in the streets. I was selling drugs and doing all that. You know what I'm saying? That was, you know, that's how I was making money. So with selling drugs, you know, comes beef. Now I'm gonna give you a good story. Actually, I don't think I never told this story.
Hey yo, LAZ, I done told y'all before, they calling this book the Hood Game of Thrones, you heard? It's called The Blood Sagas by Avery Brown. Shout out to the bro, Brooklyn in the building. The bro got major people reading this book and major things about to take place with this book. Make sure you on the right side of history, you heard?